All right. Hello and welcome to week 9 of the League of Ordinary Jabronis podcast. We've made it. We've made it here. The trade deadline is in place.
Well,
Good
it's
job.
done.
Well
in
done,
place,
everybody.
I don't know. Yeah, not our trade deadline.
Yeah, not ours. No, but the NFL trade
Our
deadline
non-existent trade deadline
has passed.
Yes.
Wait, have we?
Yeah.
Did we get rid of that? I
Yes.
forget.
We're gone. Yeah, we don't have one.
We
All right, never mind then.
eradicated it, and then voted
It
to
narrowly retained
voted
eradication.
again to keep it the way it is. So
Yeah. Really narrowly. Really narrowly.
correct.
I think it was a one vote.
Initially,
margin.
it was a one vote that shifted it. It was Trevor's vote, famously, and and then the next year we
Got
voted on it again, and more people wanted no trade deadline than before. So seems to be fairly popular.
I actually know it was my vote that shifted.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, alrighty then.
For obvious
Well,
reasons.
Yeah. So trade deadline's over. We're gonna, as we go through the matchups, I think we will discuss some of the trades.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that as they pertain to each person. Like we're not going through all of them because not everybody rosters all these players.
Yeah, just the fantasy relevant ones for our league, of course.
Yes. Before we get into all that, though, Joe, I actually had something interesting that Danny wanted to bring up to us. So here is the Tloojtools Clustering that we've been working on, right? He pointed out... So this is just an example, but he pointed out something that gave me a little pause. So, for one, the colors are great, but it's not exactly informative in any extensive metric. And Danny was wondering,
what are the axes here?
Well, it's points and snaps.
Yeah, fantasy points over snaps.
Okay.
Yes. So what Danny was wondering is if we could, instead of clustering them based on something, which, to be honest, I don't really understand the coloring in the first place.
Right.
I know that it's broken into some tiers and there's nerdy math behind it that means one thing or another. But what Danny was wondering is if we could change it, at least just to try, so that we could, instead of clustering them like this, to color them based on ownership, so that you could look at like, oh, purple is Danny, I'm red or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So food for thought. If that's possible, I think that's in our data. But
I imagine that is.
It should be. I'd have to look back at what it spits out.
The data does include the team that owns the player, so we could easily just map them.
Yeah, but it's like it's just like, does the name get cut? Like, is it in that final data set that's getting pulled into the
right? Because it may or may
graphic.
not be getting.
If it's not, then we just have to change that and put it in.
Yeah,
see what it looks like.
I know it should be possible because currently
it's definitely possible.
Yeah, the coloring is done by
the question
clustering.
of whether or not you call the specific piece of data to generate that, because it's all R, right?
I will also say this though, like that actually defeats the whole point of the cluster, though.
It does.
You need another tab basically.
That would
if
be
you wanted
like
to do the team by team.
Like that's just like a graphic of like who's got what player and where they are, which is just a visual representation of the leaderboard in Sleeper.
Which may be interesting. I mean, Danny definitely thought that would be a cool view.
Yeah,
but
Danny obviously has interest in that, but that's like that's just a different thing.
I could augment it so that it also produces that view, so you could toggle between the two. So you have the clustering and then also the by team ownership, which I think would be valuable.
I think that would be good. Yeah,
that's not too hard.
I mean, it'll just
that's just saying it's like a completely
place.
different thing that you're doing there. So like,
I will say
it
though,
would be better as like a standalone.
Perhaps we could get some documentation as to what the clusters mean. So like what each color represents, so that maybe it would be a little bit more informative and people would get more out of it.
Yeah, I mean, any given year that's going to be completely different because each player will be doing different things.
Sure.
Like,
I think we'll just need to get a better understanding of how to read the data that we've got.
Yeah, I think a bit of a method section could be published for Tloojtools. I think that's not unreasonable.
I mean, the general method won't answer the question of like what each cluster is doing, because it's
right. We need a
the
method
cluster is based
and a
on like
discussion
whatever
section.
players are doing, so it's players that are alike as a general sense.
Right.
So like
Okay.
each cluster will be doing different things each year because each player will be doing different things.
Correct. But what's
so we're
you're going to have some general like
we're seeing
whatever.
Bijan and McCaffrey clustered because they are why, I think, is the question, right?
Yeah, I think
Because
that's
they're the
what
only
Danny
two
was
in that.
confused about. Is he's like, why is Bijan and Christian McCaffrey in this cluster, and then
I can tell you that.
why
it's
is
the receiving targets?
Well,
McCaffrey and Robinson get
well,
the
it's not
highest.
clear. I mean, that might be
No,
the,
but that's why it is. But like that's the thing is like you have every year you're going to have to intuit that, because that's going to change every year based on how the season's going.
The
whole point of the the whole point of the clusters is to tell us that each year is what each person is doing with their opportunities.
And I think kind of what I'm seeing here is like red is run focused high performer, yellow is high pass catching high performer, and green is maybe a more balanced high performer.
Right. And then as a rock brain, I'm looking at pink and I'm like, dog shit.
Exactly.
That is exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. No, but that's what it is, because it's like these guys aren't scaling.
Right. So what
what
I think would be more useful is maybe we can include it as a legend that is produced as part of the scalar image that defines kind of what each color.
But again, that's going to change every year. We're going to have to make that dynamic. Like we would have to make that dynamic to each. Like that's the problem.
Well, and they're
not defined by, like they're not going to be defined.
They're defined by the data, right? But we could have it we could have the data be explained by the clustering. So we could maybe use some kind of algorithm that tells us like, okay, so red, it's like what Steve said. Red in this instance is a run focused running back that doesn't get a lot of volume, but is very efficient and gets a lot of yardage.
Not even necessarily a lot of volume. In this case, red is running first,
right?
Like not a pass catching running back.
But what Joe's saying is that it's going to change season to season. But I'm wondering what we could do to make it more clear why the cluster is defined as that cluster. That color is defined as that cluster, for example.
We should be able to figure out something like. Mm-hmm. It's the issue of like the diamonism and how we deal with that. That would be like the big question.
And maybe it's easier to just cluster like the pass catchers and the run focus, and then the
a good example in this, Steve, is if you look at Bijan and McCaffrey. If you had somebody doing exactly what they were doing, just worse, they could be in the middle of the blue cluster, but still be in the yellow group.
Mm-hmm. So it's not, exactly.
So you're not necessarily saying like that group may not necessarily be like all high performers if the exact same pattern exists just at a lower level.
Right. So like Rashad White, if he starts catching a lot more screen passes out of the backfield and stuff like that, might wind up getting a yellow.
He could fall into that group. Like that is the thing about the clusters is like it is at a certain level it is pattern recognition. And so, if you have a close enough pattern, it might fall into a group, and you might not get the clear distinction of these are the high performers doing something different.
Mm-hmm. Right, because high performance isn't necessarily what the cluster is determining.
Yeah, as you can see with Bijan and with those two, it's like there are other high performers. Like no one's going to say that Pollard,
that JT and Pollard aren't high performers. Yeah. Or even Rico Dowdle.
Rico, Gibbs, whatever.
Sure.
So, that sort of food for thought, something that we could improve the tool. Like, it's already useful, but I think we can make it more useful. And then having a toggle to switch between, team ownership view and then the clustering view would...
I think the team ownership view is definitely something we can do, and we probably should.
That provides a different insight because you already have the ranks, right? So if you just go here, you can actually look at the rankings. Looking at the ownership clusters is basically this same information. It's just visualized on a chart, on a graph.
And it's based on
relative to everybody else.
You're
well, this is based solely on points.
Well, I was going to say it's based on points for the player rather than your team, which is like a nice difference.
Right.
Like you're not getting the exact same thing.
Right. So what Danny was wondering is like, I want to be able to easily just look and see where my players are in relation to everyone else. And it's basically like it's like a 2-dimensional view of a rankings profile as opposed to just like a static number 1 through 12 of where you lie on a relative to everyone else. I own this many players that have scored this many points. You actually have like a comparative analysis of fantasy points over snaps, and then you can look on an XY coordinate grid and see like all my players are clustered in this area versus other teams, so you can kind of see where your team's strengths are versus others on a per position basis that way. I think it's an interesting idea Danny had that I just wanted to bring up.
Yeah, so. No, I think that's a worthwhile thing that we.
There's value there for sure.
That being said, like I still need to finish up the jar stuff.
Yeah, I would say jar first, and then we'll shift back to the clustering.
And I finally have like gotten out of the whole doing the exact same thing that I was doing for the jar for my job. So I actually like
you actually care now.
I actually like have better. Like time to like I'll have more time to actually think about that stuff and not like be like I just did this for 8 hours. Like I'm not doing more of this.
I'm not doing any more. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start talking about the matchups.
Yeah. Let's bring.
All right, Jordan and Kelsey. First up.
That's how we're starting. And I mean, a good thing to look at that running back, chart again, because CMC continues to just be the guy.
I mean, CMC, as long as he is healthy, he will be the best player in fantasy. Like, he just is the best player. He's in the best situation. Like,
as much as I hate it, yep, it's true.
He is Thanos. Basically,
it's really out of need too, because that Shanahan would prefer that
a little
they
more
run
committee.
Their offense through another player. But the thing is, Christian McCaffrey just has the right tools to win, and he's just dominant. So they're going to use him. It makes sense that they use him in this way. But if they had a prime Debo, or if Brendan Ayuk was still there and they still had Brock Purdy, you could imagine Christian McCaffrey's usage.
If they had like other tight ends that could block and allow George Kittle to actually catch, he would be more heavily featured. Like all they have is pass catchers at tight end.
Well, they have Juice. They have Juice. They got their fullback, Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh, Juszczyk, yeah.
But at this point in his career, I think he's like 34. He really is only good at a couple things. Like he's kind of used in like those, like he leaks out to the middle on occasion and catches like a 24-yard pass to convert a first down as like a gadget thing. But other than that, he's really just like
Juszczyk is a lead blocker. Yeah, he's a lead blocker. Like that's what he's really is the traditional.
He's made a career out of that.
Yeah.
Best fullback in the league.
One of 3 fullbacks.
I think Robbie Utes is giving him a run for his money. The young buck.
Yeah, of the 3 fullbacks.
The 3 fullbacks in the league. Yeah.
I mean, I like Robbie Utes.
With this resurgence in the fullback position, just the fact that we've seen more utilization of the fullback and using tight ends in like a fullback.
Well, it's also like the emergence of tight ends. Well, it's emergence of tight ends that don't fit the 230.
The blocking
220, like smaller pass catching guys, and you see, guys that are in their 250s to 260s, like Tucker Kraft, Brock Bowers being like elite. Like it's a change in like the actual position. Like we're eventually going to see
both.
Well, we're eventually going to see linebackers go back up to like 240, 250 to have to deal with it, and then it'll change.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, Jordan, we're complaining that we called you out as the team to beat, and you've been smashed 2 weeks in a row.
Welcome to my life.
You're still the team to beat, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it was Skot saying that I'm the contender, one of the top runners, and then the 4-game losing streak thereafter. So don't worry, there's only 2 more games coming in this particular curse from Targ.
No, Targ will figure out another way to curse you.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wide receiver depth really got tested here, Jordan. I think that's really kind of where you fall apart. I mean, Keenan Allen.
I mean, you've got two elite dudes,
Trey
but
Tucker. Yeah, you're really top loaded with JSN and Amon-Ra, and then you're running. I mean, Swift is on bye this week, which hurts you really badly.
And so is White.
And
you know, Rashad White,
yeah,
who was kind of a key piece here.
Because he's the only person they really have there other than Sean Tucker, who's more of a role player. But yeah, just kind of ran into a tough week. I think you'll be fine, though, man. You'll be fine.
Well, he's got Sean Tucker, and like we'll get into the Jacoby trade later because it's somebody else's player, but he moves up into like a semi-functional offense now.
Mm-hmm. And Shaheed is to the Seahawks is honestly kind of awesome.
That's a great fit for the Kubiak system, coming from like what he was doing for Kubiak, and also the fact that like Torrey Horton, instead of having to be Rashad White, we just now have Rashad White. Like, just saying.
This guy exploded on the scene 2 years ago as a deep threat, just like go ball guy. I think his average. I think he's averaging 15 yards per catch, which is insane. That's really good.
Really good.
So I think his route tree is a little bit limited, but he's really good at what he's really good at, which is getting separation and running really fast in a straight line.
And these things that Rashad White is really good at is what you just said, but he fits the two things that we lost with DK, which is the go and the slant. He's just not DK because he's smaller, but he's just as fast. He's not going to play like with the same kind of like ability to take contact because he is, again, skinny.
Yeah.
But
he's
the other thing that he does that is just kind of, you know, time is a flat circle, is he's just this generation's Tyler Lockett. Like, he is a late round pick who came up through the punt return and kickoff return, like all pro. Like, he's got an all pro doing that. And he's a good receiver. Like, last year he was good. The year before, like, he was breakout year, he was good. Like, he is just this generation's Tyler Lockett.
I think the
time is a flat circle.
Tyler Lockett comp is pretty good. I mean, Tyler Lockett was a borderline wide receiver 1 during his prime.
Yeah.
Like, after he had that horrific leg injury, I think his sophomore season, like at the very, very end of the season. Yeah. From then on, he was a borderline wide receiver 1.
And he had 4 seasons in a row. Tyler Lockett, 4 seasons in a row of 1,000 yards when that meant more than it does now.
I mean, he also had prime Russell Wilson, who he had really good chemistry with. So hopefully Rashid Shaheed and
Darnold.
Hopefully Rashid Shaheed and Darnold can get on the same page really quickly, because I kind of view this as they were filling the need that they wanted MVS to fill when they signed MVS, and obviously that didn't work out. Rashid Shaheed is much, much better than MVS.
Easily.
Easily. Not a question.
Yeah. So while this sucks for you, Jordan, because now you have 2 Seahawks pass catchers, and it kind of sucks to start 2 guys who do the same role, like same position, not same role, but same position on the same team. Sucks for fantasy. But
it can work out if the team is good enough.
Right.
It can work out.
Like Casey had some success with that with Ayuk and Debo the first year.
Right. And then this year it's CD Lamb and Pickens. It's okay if you have both of them. You just start them both. But most likely...
And I wasn't doing so bad with Romeo and Reed either.
Yeah. The first year,
it can work. Yeah, the first year.
It's just it's I think positionally, like as far as roster construction goes, which is like the meta of fantasy football, which is really interesting to me. Spreading out your players as much as possible and owning good players on good teams is always a winning strategy. So sometimes you end up with
down to is like this is very it's unstable. Your team has now got a defined piece of instability in the 2 pass catchers for the Seahawks.
Right, because before you had, I'll start Rashid Shaheed in this spot start, and he's an island game or whatever. Cool. Now it's like, okay, I need to flex Rashid Shaheed, but I also have to start JSN because he's my best wide receiver. So
And your
Hopefully
depth
it
gets
works out.
tested too because you have bye weeks on this. Like,
Especially when you run into a week where
The
it's
double
like
bye is brutal.
It's like the Seahawks are playing Houston or whoever has a really strong defense that year or whatever, and you find yourself in a position where you need to start both these guys, and then you just lose the week because the Seahawks have a down week offensively against a really good defense, and you had no other options, whereas before you didn't. So, yeah, fantasy. Good luck, Jordan.
Yeah, this is definitely a mixed bag, but I think Shaheed.
I do think it's an upgrade for Shaheed though. Outright.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly.
He goes from
he's got a better opportunity now than he did in New Orleans.
Tyler sucks to Sam Darnold with the top 2 passing offense.
Oh yeah, the shock and awe campaign.
I mean, it's like the Seahawks can't run the ball to save their lives.
No, we can't run block for shit. We can pass block. We run like super heavy personnel at the line, like every play, like we're gonna run, and it just works because they don't want to get beat by Charbonnet and Walker. So
and then you JSN them to death.
Yeah, JSN gets doubled, but gets separation because he's an elite route runner, and yeah.
And now with Shaheed burning people down in the same kind of man coverage scheme with everybody loading the box, then
we saw what it did like the first 2 weeks last year of this system doing like firing on all cylinders. Whether or not the Seahawks can get to that point is another question. But
yeah, of course,
Rashid Shaheed, like
he's a good piece to add. I think he's this is a great trade for the Seahawks in particular. Like not about fantasy. This is a really good move for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I would agree.
I wanted John Schneider to just unload the chamber and just dump multiple firsts and a player and like a second or something for Myles Garrett. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. I could understand why.
I wanted to see if we could get Peter Skoronski out of the Titans because they looked like they were on a fire sale.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good. That would have been a good.
Nothing happened with the fucking Titans.
Real quick, just got to roast the teams that needed to make moves that didn't do shit. The Giants didn't do shit. The Dolphins didn't do shit. The Falcons didn't do shit. All these teams suck.
Well, the Giants, I don't think are dumb for not doing anything. They're clearly too far away with the injuries. Like I don't.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, at this point, they don't even know what they look like.
Malik Neighbors was still healthy,
they could have done. They could have retooled. Like their defense is clearly ailing. They could have like traded a 7th for a flyer corner or something. They did nothing. This is part of the discourse around the Giants right now. Is like,
but the Giants are tanking.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like the only thing that's going to help the Giants is to like move one of their like would be to like rip down the front 7 by getting like rid of Okereke or like not Dexter Lawrence and not Abdul Carter and not Brian Burns. And if you can get anything for not one of those guys that's in a day 2, like there's nothing worth doing.
Right, but they didn't do anything.
I don't think that makes sense.
They literally didn't make a single transaction.
But they don't have anything to do.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing for them to do.
Okereke's not getting you a third or a second or a third. Like no one's doing it.
No way. He's a 4th or 5th at best. Like
I mean, you're lucky if you're going to 4th. Lucky.
Yeah.
Like the Giants are like
it's Okereke for a pick swap kind of thing.
You're probably right, but still the Falcons need to do
the
something.
Falcons are dumb.
The Falcons are dumb.
And also
that's the Falcons. They're always dumb.
They don't do that well. It's not their strong suit.
I mean, like what was the other team you mentioned?
I think I said the Dolphins by accident, but they traded Jalen Phillips.
Yeah,
I forgot.
But they should have done more.
They should have done a lot more. Yes, because they fired their GM. Yeah, they should have gotten rid of Bradley.
Well, and I think
they just fired their GM a week ago. Like, restock the coffers with some draft picks for your new GM.
They should have gotten rid of Micah. Yeah. Like,
probably should have traded Jalen Wright. They probably could have got a sandwich for him. Like they don't like. I don't know. They're so bad.
Well, and I mean that's the thing about Waddle should have moved. Like the thing is, the Dolphins were asking for too high of a price.
No one. Yeah.
You shouldn't move. I don't think you should move. I mean, for the same reasons the Jets shouldn't move Garrett Wilson. It's like, what are you bringing in? What's your big plan? We'll get a quarterback.
Get back.
Like how are you? At least give him something. Like don't Will Levis him with like, like whatever like random set of like 30-year-old receivers.
Right.
True.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Imagine being a player in college right now, ready to declare over the 2026-2027 season in the NFL, and just seeing that the Jets have like 4 firsts over the next 2 years.
And you're just like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no. I'm taking that extended eligibility in college as long as I can.
Lenora Sellers, you're a fucking Jet now.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Arch Manning, you're a Jet now, my man.
You know they want Arch, even though he's like looking really bad. Like Arch Manning is
Arch's come around. Like the whole like first 3 games like narrative has fallen apart, and he's fine.
The thing is, though,
he's not coming out this year, but he'll be fine.
He'll get drafted in the first round by the Jets.
He's got 2 more years
in 2027, and he's going to be terrible.
He was a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore this year. Like,
yeah, I don't remember. I don't know.
He's
exactly.
not a true. He's still got years of eligibility.
Yes,
he's going to play at least 2 more years in college.
Yeah,
I mean, the Mannings always exhaust their college eligibility.
Yeah.
That is just something they do, and it's a smart choice. Like,
honestly. Especially now with NIL, like
exactly. It's
there's no reason not to
earning, and you're independently wealthy. You're a fucking Manning, you know. Like, there's no reason. Like, even though he's Coop's kid or whatever, like he's fucking doing fine. No one in that family is hurting.
Yeah, no. The whole narrative earlier in the year because he was bad because he has changed. He's fine. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
I know. It's a meme, for sure.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be a Jet.
But for us, it's important because somebody's gonna end up with him.
It's true. It might be me.
That's true.
Because he falls to the 3rd round or something, and I pick him for no reason.
Yeah, that's why I got Drake May.
We're not switching to Superflex, guys. It's not happening.
Give me my Cam Ward Superflex now.
Realistically, anyway, let's move on.
Realistically, we gotta move on. Just the Superflex thing, because I think about it on occasion. Realistically, the way I see, if we did decide to do that, it would have to be years out. Obviously,
it's a 2-year transition process,
probably more
minimum.
I would say, because it's such a big deal. And
or we'd have to redraft the league.
It's either redraft the league, which no one wants to do that. I don't want to do
that.
Yeah. Or especially Matt. Matt, after just getting shit on for multiple years and selling all of his players, and then just everyone redrafting, I would quit. I would be like, no, fuck you guys.
It's like, actually, fuck that shit.
So I think what we'd have to do is like 2 or 3 years out, institute the rule so that everyone can prepare, and then also take away the first point per first down passing, or nerf that a lot to like 0.1, because the quarterbacks score way too much in our format to do Superflex. It's just because then at that point,
we do the first down thing to get around the Superflex.
Correct. The first down thing really helps kind of neutralize the running quarterback bias, which I think is stupid anyway. And we've talked about it before, but we would definitely need to lower the ceiling of quarterbacks a little bit by changing that particular scoring category a bit.
I mean, I think that
I don't want the game to be like, my problem with Superflex is I don't want the game to be about who has 2 elite quarterbacks. Because if you don't have 2 elite quarterbacks,
Steve's
you just
quarterback
lose.
room.
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because at that point,
it's like expand the roster so that people could carry more players.
Yeah, I mean that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But basically, all the quarterbacks are roster. There's only like a couple like old seconds or backup quarterbacks are on the wire. Those would all just go away. Quarterbacks would instantly be high first round picks every year, and basically, if you don't have the problem I see with it is like if you don't have a good like secondary quarterback to start, or if you don't have a top 10 quarterback to start, you basically just lose. If you have 2 top 10 quarterbacks, you basically just win every year. It's like a cheat code.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I don't like it.
If we were to do it right now, I would be in a good situation because I have Drake May and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But somebody who doesn't have that level of player is fucked.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not seriously considering it.
No one is advocating for this at this point, nor are we.
I do not want it.
I don't want it.
But if it ever were to be a thing, it would have to be brought up as a complete league overhaul. I think.
It would also have to be
whether or not that's a
unanimous.
redraft.
I think it should be. I think it should be
would
unanimous. I think it would have to be, like, aside from the vote we made in the offseason for changes like that. I think switching to Superflex would have to be a unanimous vote by the league, because I don't want anyone to feel.
Change.
I don't. Yeah, it's one thing to add a linebacker or a taxi spot or an IR spot or another wide receiver.
To fundamentally change the rules of the league,
right?
Exactly. It's a totally different format at that point. It changes the way every transaction moves.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, anyway, let's talk about Kelsey.
Yeah. Sorry about your pick six.
It's just a pick.
That's rough,
it's still good.
So I wanted to bring this up because this actually has major implications for the 6 seed rule, because Kelsey is making a comeback and draft position. If she falls out, that her max PF lowered a lot by taking that, because that was like what, an 86-yard pick six. It was a monster.
It would have been.
That was a huge swing. Yeah,
it would have been like a 20-something point play. Yeah, for Edmonds.
Crazy game though. I mean, Jamar Chase, like, dude, that Bengals game versus
that was
Chicago,
a wild.
That was so much fun.
Was drunk.
That game was great. Like,
the game was drunk.
Not as somebody who had to sit on the other side of T. Higgins, but yes, it was a very good game.
As somebody who could start Kyle Monungai, that was very fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Part of me hates these defense optional games, but they're really fun for fantasy football because crazy shit happens, like recovering an onside kick, making the comeback, tying the game, going up, like lead change in like the 2-minute warning, and then losing. Like, that was so dramatic and amazing. But
just crazy.
I mean, we'll get into the Caleb Colson-Loveland play because I put that in the doc. But like, dude, that shit fucking, like, that's like what like movies are made of.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about this game multiple times throughout this podcast for sure.
Yeah,
Colson-Loveland is a G.
Colson-Loveland, like, I didn't learn anything about McCarthy's tape when like I watched any of it for this draft stuff. I learned that Colson-Loveland was good.
Yeah. Dude can play.
Yeah.
The thing I wanted to highlight about this, though, was you kind of want Jamar Chase to do more. And we'll talk about Odunze later, who literally goosed in this game, in a game where there was like 100 fucking points, 99 points or whatever scored.
Yeah. And got 3 targets and did nothing with them.
Well, and this game is just so weird, man. Like, any given Sunday, like they say, 8 for 6. I mean, he still had a great game. Like, I will take 17 points from my fantasy player any day of the week. But it's Jamar Chase in a game where his quarterback threw like 5 touchdowns or whatever.
Who had like a career day, a literal career day.
The Bengals had like 600 yards of scrimmage.
The Flacco Dragon, Elite Dragon, Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
But on the other side,
we're really quibbling here because it's like a touchdown would have made this insane. Like,
one of those T. Higgins touchdowns. The Bears defense a lot of credit. They had I'm spacing on.
They've got no corners basically healthy.
But yeah, exactly. Nobody's healthy, but they doubled the fuck out of Jamar the entire fucking game. That's
Jamar produced in fantasy because of the situation and because he's Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
But Rico Dowdle, we can get into Steve's absolute sadness of the Packers later. But Rico Dowdle, good for him for securing the starting job. Like, very
absolutely. And I mean, we talked about it last week on the pod and like how it's hard to navigate, but like it's clear now he won that job.
Yeah,
and Chuba Hubbard.
I don't think
lost it again.
I don't know. I don't think Chuba Hubbard is. I wouldn't say
he's not washed and he's not done.
He's hurt. They just got it. They're playing the more effective.
I mean, the Panthers are hurt. Like, the Panthers overall are hurt, and I think, I mean, we can do the whole Packers thing right now because like I got locked into that game because of
watching
just
Ted.
How sad the Packers looked.
Oh, it's terrible.
But like,
oh my God.
At the very minimum, like, I have to apologize to Ike Ekwonu. Like, no, he did not, like, I know like Micah was doubled a lot, but did not allow a pressure while facing Micah. Impressive no matter what.
Insane. Like good work, Panthers.
And then like The Packers lost to Bryce Young on one leg. Like, this is week 2 of a high ankle sprain. Like, are you kidding me? You couldn't beat Bryce Young, who has a high ankle sprain? Like, come on. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Bryce Young, who also threw a pick in the end zone.
Yeah, didn't play a great game.
It wasn't really the reason they won. It was this dude.
No,
it was
Rico Dowdle.
He was not the reason they lost either. Like,
True.
when they needed to make first down conversions, like,
no, the reason the
he
Packers
was not
lost
bad.
was
He was not
special.
good either. Like, but he's clearly hurt. Like, it's the second week of a high ankle sprain. Like, he's clearly hurt.
Good on him for toughing it out though and playing because they need him. Because Andy Dalton sucks.
Needed him.
Well, and Andy Dalton doesn't have a thumb.
He's bad.
Yeah, he sucks.
But Rico Dowdle is has the biggest chip on his shoulder I've seen in a long time because this guy is running angry. He's playing
undrafted,
very aggressively, and it's kind of crazy. You see this every now and then where just like an absolute fringe NFL player just comes out of nowhere and just dominates for a short period of time, and then fades back into obscurity. Will Rico Dowdle end up being like a just stalwart
Will he be James
figure,
Robinson, or will he be Isaiah Pacheco?
or Austin Eckler?
Or Austin Eckler, yeah.
just
Austin Eckler is the best case scenario.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like, is Rico Dowdle the next Austin Eckler, or is he the next James Robinson? That's a good way of putting it. James Robinson got derailed by
injuries.
Well, bad teams, but also Achilles injuries. Urban Meyer
that'll end anybody's NFL career.
Yeah, right. It was Urban Meyer, right? I think it was Urban Meyer that he ran into.
No, Urban Meyer. Was it Urban Meyer?
I think it was Urban Meyer.
He wasn't on the Jags,
didn't want to use him.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's where he appeared out of nowhere.
Right. Okay.
It was that year that Etienne was injured, his rookie season.
Yeah, which would have been the first Urban Meyer year,
And then James Robinson.
The only Urban Meyer year.
James Robinson played well. And then the following year, he was traded or transacted to another team.
To the Texans?
And he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened, honestly.
Let's see what the second team was. It was the Jets. Or he went from Jacksonville to the Jets, and then on the Jets,
where careers go to die.
He tore his Achilles.
Well, let's be very honest. Like, he went from where fantasy players go to die to where real life players go to die. So that's not great.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a dummy for trading a second round pick for this guy. I know that.
Well, I mean, you should. So yeah.
I mean, he's literally having the best
result.
the best season of his entire career by like a wide fucking margin.
He was really good down the stretch last year. I traded Kelsey, the only trade she's made, after the Atlanta game this year. So it's like he was injured. He came back, played well. I was like, I see the writing on the wall. It's the Cowboys. Who knows what the hell they're going to do? They're probably going to draft a running back, and this guy's going to be nothing.
We already went over
and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
And then I traded Rico to Kelsey, and then he just went crazy.
This is the second time that Skot has had to go through this to cope with his feelings of how bad he feels.
I'm just saying. I think Kelsey. Like initially, I was like, yes, I got a second. And then Steve was like, that was a really good trade. I think you won. I definitely lost. Kelsey won this trade by a mile.
This is big cope.
Also terrible because I am struggling so hard with the running back position.
With running backs right now, yeah.
I'm dying.
I mean, this is literally both of us severely underestimating Rico. Like, me just being like, I don't think he's that good. I mean, like, Chuba Hubbard's, theoretically beating him out.
I mean, he's proving he just believes so much of in himself, clearly, and he's proving everybody wrong, which is really cool to see. I really like this player.
Yeah.
He's cool.
It's dope.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I think we've got
easy to root for. I think we're good for this one. Yeah.
All right, John, Casey, let's talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
John with the number 1 seed.
The number 1 seed with like the second worst point output of the week.
John is failing upwards so miraculously.
This is his year, man.
This is year.
This is Scott's dream right now.
No. This is Josh's. This is Josh's dream. This is what Josh wanted. What happens to Josh though is that he runs into the buzzsaw every week, which happened again.
Yeah.
He ended up beating me, which is hilarious. But he usually runs into the team that does to me what he did, or does I do to him what he did to me. That happens to him all the time. But John, what the hell, man?
Dak
the best
Prescott really became Black Kirk Cousins this week.
He
You throw him in
truly is.
prime time, and he just absolutely shits the bed.
Actually, Kirk Cousins was beating that accusation towards the end of the stint with
with KOC.
With the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah,
he actually
exactly.
he was like killing it on Thursday night and Sunday night games. But yeah, he's typically pretty bad. I think Dak just kind of melts in the bright lights. They won
everything by by one score or less, like the 14 games.
Where they went 7-0 and they had like a margin of victory of like 3 points or something. It was insane.
Yeah,
I mean, the other thing too with the Cowboys is like, if they don't have an absolute perfect like offensive game, like maybe that'll change with like the trades now, but if they don't have a perfect offensive game, then they're cooked. Like that Turd Ferguson like fumble and then like the next fumble at the very end, like if they had either one of those, they would lose any other game too. Like it doesn't really matter. Like they just don't have enough.
You can't have that many, and they got bailed out by special teams because they got the special teams touchdown on the blocked punt. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think the Cardinals, like, if they don't move on from Kyler and just like start over, they're stupid. But also, they've done a good job with like navigating injuries in their defense and actually putting together like a relatively serviceable unit for how many second round and first round picks end up getting hurt there. Like
I was pleasantly surprised by the Cardinals' defense this game. Honestly, they bailed me out, and we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to our matchup show.
The Cardinals' defense has been really good all season. Like low key, it's the best part of that team. They've been really scrappy. It's kind of like the Saints.
Exactly.
They can have these games where they just turn into a brick wall, and that happens.
Yeah, Mac Wilson's a good linebacker. Good. He's
Yeah.
straight good, and he's especially seems good in coverage, which is like kind of a rare.
He's a
skill
good
for
linebacker, like just a legit good linebacker.
A dude who can tackle and is good in coverage, we'll take that any day of the week.
And they still have Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Buddha's an elite safety.
Still good.
Will Johnson was like, if he's kind of the defensive Puka this year, where he got hurt, would have gone a lot higher just based on tape if like he didn't have the really bad foot injury. Like their first round pick who like ended the game with the sack, Walter Nolan. This is his first game. He didn't play. He got hurt in the preseason.
Yeah. That's big. That's big. So yeah, I mean that big ups to Arizona's defense right now. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Did you see the Stephen A. Smith SpongeBob meme live reaction thing?
Oh, I'm gonna head out. With Jerry Jones, because he for some reason was sitting with Jerry Jones.
That was like the most bizarre thing ever. Like cut to Jerry Jones and Stephen A. Smith in the owner's booth or whatever. It was like, well, that is the most random assortment of personalities ever, but okay. And it was after the Cardinals just drove down the field after the Cowboys shit the bed on the 4th and goal conversion and failed, scored, and then went 3 and out. Stephen A. Smith was like, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here.
You know,
I do want to like shout out like his pickup of Tatum Betham or whatever the hell, Bethnu. Yeah, whatever. Like he had 16 tackles and a PD. Great game, both for fantasy and just the fact that he is like Kyle Shanahan can just like wizard up like another Fred Warner after Fred Warner goes down. Like,
yeah, no, that's wild.
All right, sure.
It's a start too. Like, yeah.
One funny thing on Tatum Bethune real quick, there was a post in the 49ers sub about the team was drawing ghosts as like a fan engagement thing for Halloween. And Tatum Bethune's ghost that he drew is like the most deranged shit. This guy was like, is Tatum Bethune good? Like, do we have to check on bro? Like, his ghost was just like, it was fucked up. It was funny. Anyway,
All right.
This guy seems to be a character, so.
Yeah,
that's great.
He might turn out to be the
that.
next Kadarius Toney, like just a crazy dude. Except, let's move on to Casey though.
Casey, your team shit the bed like really badly. John shit
really
the bed
bad.
a little bit. Like actually, John shit the bed pretty bad. Actually, shouldn't have won, but he did because you shit the bed worse. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
starting Evan Ingram over Dalton Kincaid is certainly a choice.
That is a choice.
Again.
Yes,
I wouldn't do that again.
Not sure what the start-sit decision there was, but you seemed upset because of the goose egg emojis you dropped in chat.
Yeah. The Xavier Worthy thing and the Bill thing we should get into. Like, both of these guys, Xavier Worthy.
Let's start with Worthy.
Yeah. It's such a boom-bust player archetype on a team that, needs to work Rashee Rice back in and has a Patrick Mahomes identity. They don't actually have anything other than Mahomes really going on. They don't have a run game. They don't have Chris Jones is not gonna prime Chris Jones ain't walking through that door.
No.
They don't have their run of Tre'Davious Ward and whoever was the next guy, and then Trent McDuffie coming through. They don't have corners anymore like that.
They got rid of L'Jarius Sneed, so
it was L'Jarius Sneed. Yeah, that was the guy before McDuffie. Yeah,
and he was nasty. I don't know why they didn't keep him.
He's a good player.
Probably wanted to.
Same with Travarius Ward. Both of them.
Yeah,
they had a run of those. Are all all those guys have made all pro teams, right?
I don't know about that, but they're
Sneed
good.
definitely. Sneed was definitely a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Travarius Ward definitely made a first team All Pro though.
It makes sense.
Yeah, Ward did for sure.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Rashee Rice is the feature just because he's basically current day Debo and how he's utilized. He does a lot of really interesting stuff with the jet sweeps. He rushes. He is insane over the middle. He basically took the Travis Kelsey role and the Jerick McKinnon role, which is insane, which is why he's so valuable for fantasy. And he can do all that. So he's just an all-around, well-rounded player. Worthy is basically just a deep threat. He just takes the top off. That's all he does. That's his only skill.
Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know, in an offense that doesn't love the deep ball.
That's because it's too high. That's because too high is just the way that you beat Mahomes. That's why everyone started.
Oh yeah.
That's why the fields got shorter and everyone started complaining about
everything.
The boring Chiefs offense because everything's underneath.
You say that, but Mahomes is slinging it. Tyquan Thornton has a career again because Mahomes is slinging it. The problem is that Xavier Worthy is not the only speedster.
Right.
Mahomes wants to take shots down the field, and he is. It's just well,
that's because an effective way to get to beat the too high coverage is to just utilize heavy tight
two goes.
We'll have lots of tight ends on the field and just swarm the middle of the field, just beat linebackers over the middle.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you send two goes, you split the safeties.
Also, pre-snap motion
over the middle thing, you just blam.
Also, pre-snap motion to see tendencies and just kind of get an early read on what if the safeties are dropping into coverage or if they're, So the league has changed, and it's the Chiefs' offense is clearly shifting more to a pass-happy.
They're going back to the Tyreek scheme, without Tyreek,
which is great. I was so bored of the dink and dunk Mahomes era. It was awful. On top of the Taylor's, it was just magnified by the obvious league bias towards them from the officiating standpoint, plus all the annoying Taylor Swift cut away shots every time Travis Kelsey touches the ball, and the commercials every single time the game would go to break. And I'm watching some random AFC matchup or an NFC game that has nothing to do with the Chiefs, and I'm watching Chiefs players in commercials is just ram it down our throat. That's kind of gone away a little bit, and now the Chiefs are less of an eyesore than they were before. But
I don't know if I
don't agree with that
whatsoever.
I think it's just as bad. You're just used to it.
The fact that
there's just less Taylor
Pat
Swift
Mahomes,
B-roll.
right? But the fact that Pat Mahomes is actually fantasy relevant again is a plus. I think it makes the games a little bit more watchable.
It makes our league better. That's about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I'm not saying I love watching the Chiefs. It's still the pretty boring product overall because they, like you said, they do not have an identity. It's way more fun to watch a team that has an identity. You know what to expect because that's the selling point. It's like, the Seahawks have a prolific passing attack, or the Texans have an elite defense, or
the Lions have a great run attack.
The Lions have a great 1-2 punch, or the Cowboys have a great wide receiver duo, probably the best in the league right now, with a quarterback who's willing to just throw the ball 40 times. The Chiefs have none of this. It's just like, what are the Chiefs?
It's not. We're the Chiefs. We're Mahomes. We're just Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. We're just Mahomes, but like that doesn't really lend itself to, a good product because it's just Mahomes doing everything, and then you just have a billion guys doing stuff, and then it's nice to have Rasheed Rice back.
Mahomes and like the next best guy on the team is probably fucking Drew Tranquil.
Nah, I mean it's still
it's next best guy on the team is Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, I guess.
Trent McDuffie's like a first-team All-Pro corner, dude. Like, there's nobody else.
Their defense as a whole is really, it's just solid overall. Like, Spags is cooking, like usual.
Yeah.
Sure.
For a while there,
one of the problems with the Chiefs is they don't actually have a fun run game, like, at all.
Right. They have an aging Kareem Hunt. They have an injured, like, still recovering Isaiah Pacheco, who has a running style that isn't long for the league. And Rashard Smith, what is he?
Everybody's trying to make McKinnon, but like no one's realized that Rasheed Rice is McKinnon. Like,
well, they're just
they're
also just not really giving him any snaps. Really, they just use him as a gadget player. So it's always
he's
fantasy.
a 7th round pick.
It's the fantasy community. Yeah, exactly. It's the fantasy community being like, oh, he's going to be a thing, and then the coaches say something positive about him, and he's like, he's going to be this. But it's like, well, you need to see it first.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
We can talk about seeing it first from a 7th rounder.
Yeah, we're watching Rasheed Rice do that, and it's like, oh yeah, well, Rasheed Rice is good. But anyway, back to the Xavier Worthy thing. I need to see more from this guy. Like, either like the contested catches aren't really going to be a thing because he's so small. He's just lightning fast.
Yeah,
dude is smaller than I am.
It. Yeah, he's tiny.
Like
he's really small.
This guy fits into like the Tank Dell, Calvin Austin bucket of fast, like small guy.
Right.
Like he's just not. He's not Calvin Austin or Tank Dell in the route running department. He's just extremely fast, and like
or Justin.
That's
Ross.
just an archetype.
Remember Justin Ross?
Oh yeah,
he was the previous fastest Columbine player ever. And he was elite.
But let's move on to Bill because we've beat this one to death, man. And Bill, like, for as much as people wanted to make this guy a thing, as much as Skot was like he's arrived, man, he hasn't done shit for like weeks now.
Yep.
Yeah, 4 weeks. It's a calendar month of bullshit from him. Like ever since the Chargers game, people seem to have him figured out.
Unfortunately, the thing I've noticed just watching him on tape is vision. He just has vision issues. He's not seeing the holes, and he's not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a confidence thing or what.
It's playing time. It's playing time. Trevor said this in our opening podcast. For the season when we were talking about it, but dude played like a game in college.
No, he played multiple seasons. He lost a year though because he let somebody else use his jersey, and he was ruled ineligible for the year because he let somebody else use his jersey.
What?
No, I'm dead serious. That's what happened to him.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. So he did miss a bunch of time for a very dumb reason, but he did miss a bunch of time.
And he was productive. He played for 2 years, and he was productive in one of them. I mean, he's
and then he had the NC2A thing.
He's a huge question mark. Like he's basically showing us who he is as a football player in real time. There's not a lot of college production to refer to really get an idea of who this guy is. He didn't play against a lot of good teams or anything like that. He was the majority of his career was playing for New Mexico.
New Mexico? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's not the SMU guy.
Yeah.
I forget who that was.
But and New Mexico State or New Mexico?
It's New Mexico.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a
team that
not
matters.
a relevant college for football. So he's basically an unknown, and I think that going forward, it's just going to be more of what I thought it would be, which is a committee. But you really hope he can carve out a role here because no one really wants to watch 3 more years of Jeremy McNichols and Chris Rodriguez splitting snaps with Bill. No one wants that.
Well, the other thing, too, is that the Commanders fucking suck. And they've sucked this whole year.
Yeah.
JD Daniels hadn't made them good.
They're bad.
Like, the Seahawks beating them down is not necessarily indicative of them. It is just confirmation of that.
Right.
Yeah. No, exactly. The Commanders are not fucking good.
Yeah, this is definitely a lost season for them, and the Jaden Daniels injury is really unfortunate.
Boneheaded fucking move from Dan fucking Quinn, who needs to be fucking driven out of town. We could.
Steve's so mad about his fucking quarterback going down, man. Which I mean, everybody should be mad about it, but it's also like, yeah, man. At that point in the game, like, why is Mariota not in? Like, yo.
And I mean, I don't know. I just got Lamar back. And I was excited to have, the 3-headed dragon back up again. And now I'm still,
Oh, no, you only have Lamar Jackson.
For real.
No.
Yeah, for real, though.
I'm over here.
Oh, no, I just have one of the 3 best quarterbacks in all of the NFL. Oh, no.
I'm over here like, if Sam Darnold goes down, I have to play checks notes. J.J. McCarthy?
Hey, he looked good today or last week. He looked fine.
No, he looked okay. He looked like he didn't have to do much.
He's played. He
looked fine.
He looks like he looks like he's played 3 NFL games. All right.
Well, he has.
We're not talking about JJ
the other quarterback.
Okay, yeah, Bo Nix.
So we've been shitting on Casey for like 20 minutes here. I want to say some good things. I gotta say some good things about Casey's team because there are good things about Casey's team.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is good.
Bo Nix
is good.
I don't like Sean Payton, but I do like. But Bo Nix is good.
Yeah,
I think the Sean Payton quarterback mystique is going a little bit too far. He's not Drew Brees. Yeah. He's not Drew Brees. Yeah. People may like, oh my God, he's got his Drew Brees. It's not Drew Brees. He can't. Drew Brees is one of one. He's literally one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Okay.
Also, Bo Nix is
Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is not bad.
Bo Nix is right now an above average starter, which for any second-year quarterback is a good thing. Let's just say that.
Absolutely.
The Broncos are built in a lab to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. That's what the Broncos are.
I absolutely agree with that take. Like, that is their sole reason to exist.
Well, they are in the same division.
It's
exactly
really smart. Like, say what you will about Sean Payton, but he absolutely turned that shit around. Nathaniel Hackett sucks. The Russell Wilson trade was an all-time failure, only to be beaten out by the Deshaun Watson trade. So overshadowed that with that huge fuck up. But the Browns are the Browns.
All right, we don't need to go back to shitting on like bad teams.
Yeah, no.
We can also say that Josh Jacobs is a good player and that his boy is good.
Yeah.
That's an easy agree.
Best Packer. He is the best Packer.
Yeah. No, that's not true. Mike is better than him.
I don't know. Micah is super inconsistent. Josh Jacobs gets like 2 touchdowns and runs for 100 yards like every game.
Yeah. He did not look good in that game, and like you can only like Derek Brown
injury.
outclassed him, man. Like you can't be getting outclassed by a guy who Derek Brown had 100 tackles at the DT position. We're never seeing that again. But like he did not look better than Derek Brown.
No, and he's been nursing a calf injury for the past couple of weeks, which is why you've been seeing more Emmanuel Wilson.
Well, that's what's crazy about Josh Jacobs.
Like shit.
On the Raiders, this dude would be playing with a broken foot, and he'd have the flu, and he would still go out and take 24 carries up the gut for a shitty Raiders team. He's a fucking dog, man. I love Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, but Matt LaFleur doesn't want to put him through that because he's 27, not 22.
That's because Matt LaFleur is a pussy. And he should use Josh Jacobs like he should be used because he's a dog and he can take it. Maybe you would have won the game.
Well, we all know that Skot is an absolute insane person and should not be listened to.
No, I think
that was a terrible take, and you should feel bad about your decisions.
They would have won the game. They would have won the game.
No, they wouldn't have.
No, they wouldn't have.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't have.
Yes, they
no, they wouldn't have. You watched that game pretty clearly based on that take. Like, Josh Jacobs getting more carry would have put them farther fucking behind.
Throw him the ball.
And that's unfortunate.
You don't want Jordan Love throwing the ball more, especially in that game.
Okay,
not in that game. Yeah, dude, Jordan Love probably had
that was
his
the problem.
Worst game of his entire fucking career.
Maybe that was the problem.
Literally, everything went wrong in that terrible fucking no
throwing screen passes to Savion Williams is a decision he makes at the line because LaFleur allows him to do it, and he consistently made the wrong choice every single down. It was insane.
Yep,
it was insane. I don't know why. I know why people like him, but my God,
this particular series of decision making, down 7 in the fourth quarter right here on 4th down, is infuriating. The backwards throw across the body to nowhere.
Mike Jack fucking it up.
You fucked up. You fucked up, my man. Number 2, you should have had a pick 6. You should have had the 100-yard pick 6 right there, my man. Thriller. You fucked up because that was literally
worst throw in NFL history.
I got flashbacks to the Packers to the game the throw I saw in San Francisco to Fred Warner, direct to Fred Warner from that.
He does that throw once a year.
Exactly. I'm
whether or not it's to anybody, it's not once a year, but he does that throw to somebody once a year.
Backwards across your body. What the fuck are you doing, Jordan? Stop making a stupid decision.
That's what I'm saying, man. You just get a little screen going to Josh Jacobs, move the chains.
It's 4th fucking down. You're either going to get the touchdown or you're, I don't give a fuck there. But at the same time, oh my fucking God, can we protect better, at least a little bit? Our line is destroyed right now because of all the rotation. But the Carolina Reaper needs to come to Green Bay.
See, the Carolina Reaper, the only thing the Carolina Reaper needs to reap are those fucking jerseys. I'm sorry. Those throwbacks.
Yeah, dude, why are you out there looking like the Bears?
Oh my fucking God.
What is the deal with you looking like the Bears this year?
It's straight incorrect too. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I was watching that and I was like,
blue?
Why are the Packers look like turds? There's
the
little
blue.
poops.
The blue on the brown was from leather basically, but I don't really give a shit about that. But the blue is wrong. All those old jerseys that have been re-verified, if the people who actually took the patches off, they saw a greener shade underneath. It has never been that navy blue in that way. And
it's never looked like the Bears.
Never looked like the fucking Bears. Yes, exactly. God, those throwbacks were trash, and especially
who's ever running your jersey department needs to be sat down.
Especially when you have those beautiful dark green and gold 30s jerseys with the pure dark green with the gold accents, and those look just so fucking crisp.
Are those the throwbacks you did last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were cool.
Those are dope.
Yeah,
those are fucking dope.
The Seahawks throwbacks and the creamsicle throwbacks.
Oh, the creamsicle kicks so much ass.
I think those are the sickest throwbacks. The Tampa Bay creamsicle throwback, those are sick. The Kelly Green Eagles, those are sick.
Those are good.
Those are sick.
Those are sick.
Let's see. And the I kind of like the old school Patriots, the red ones. They're kind of hit or miss for some people. I like them.
They're too Bills coded for me.
Yeah,
Well, the
I can
Bills
see
deliberately
that. I can see
stole
that,
them,
but those are cool,
right?
Yeah, well, then maybe you should retire them because you lost them.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Exactly.
So
It's like how the Titans should never do any of the Oilers stuff. It's like you lost that.
That's bullshit.
Absolutely
they shouldn't
true.
do that. They shouldn't
Absolutely
do that.
true.
They shouldn't do
It's
that.
like you lost that. Don't do it. I don't care if it's your
do it.
history. You lost it.
Yep.
Like,
just like OKC should never be in Sonic's colors ever.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
that's
that would be a
that's
travesty.
disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, if the Milwaukee Brewers did like Seattle Pilots, that would be really fucked up. But whoever decided to do the Steelers throwbacks last week against the Packers
also needs to be sat down.
Burn
That
those.
was the worst.
burn those. Burn the OG Packers jerseys from last week. I never want to see them again. The leather cap thing, I was not into that.
Well, the other thing that should be thrown out
the
with
leather
jerseys,
cap, but
the thing that should be thrown out with all jerseys is the solid color, like all white, all neon green, like the highlighter green for the Seahawks, like blue, all whatever.
Green.
Throw all those out. All of those suck. There's not one team that looks good in an all single color.
Oh yeah, the Chargers ones with the all yellow.
Those are terrible.
With the white numbers.
The P colors,
You can't if they were black. If the letters were black, it would be a little bit better, so you could actually see which player you're looking at.
Contrast.
But it's like it's just like a bright yellow on white. Anyway, this isn't
the only all color jersey. Yeah, the jersey podcast, jersey cast for sure. But the only all color that I think is any good is again those Packers 30s throwbacks that are all dark green with the yellow accenting and striping. Those are fucking sick because they have high contrast. Anyway, all right.
Let's move on to Skot and who's it? Matt, John,
Skot and Josh.
Josh, who absolutely. This is so frustrating, man. Like every single play my players made, it was like, and then I look over and Josh's players, they get another sack or they get another touchdown, and 2 of Josh's touchdowns this week were reviewed after the fact. Like no, it wasn't Zach Taylor. It was Ben Johnson threw a flag, or no, it was Zach Taylor threw a flag on a play DJ Moore made and argued that he was out of bounds.
That was so funny.
And it wasn't a catch.
So funny.
But then they reviewed it, and
then
they were
it
like,
was a touchdown.
It was
a touchdown.
Not only was it a catch. Yeah, they said not only was it a catch, but it
was a touchdown.
Also got a touchdown. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because they ruled it. They ruled it just a catch, but he was out at the. Yep. Zach Taylor.
It was coaching
that decision. That decision literally lost me the week by itself. On top of a million other things.
That's true.
It was that Blake Cashman got a sack, but then they accredited it to the guy that was next to him.
Well, no. This is what sank your week. This is actually what sank your week. Kyler Murray didn't play, and Jacoby Brissett did, and knows how to throw Trey McBride touchdowns.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
And
that actually sunk your week.
Also,
that actually is the difference.
Also, subbing Kenneth Walker out at the goal line to do an AJ Barner tush push.
Tush push. Yeah.
That lost me my week.
Yep.
Benching Sam Darnold after killing Jaden Daniels lost me my week.
Yeah.
There was a lot more.
There's a whole series of things. That,
I do have to say that I've got to hand it to Tloojtools for actually showing up in what must be one of the single worst situations for a pass rusher to go into in the draft, and to also be overshadowed by Jared Verse, because this guy's he's in Indy. No one gives a shit about Indy. I hope this guy does well, but yeah.
Who's across from him even?
That's what I was looking at.
LDE?
There were a couple injuries to his teammates across from him.
Oh, Kwity Paye.
Yeah.
Kwity Paye's pretty good.
No, Kwity Paye is garbage.
Yeah,
know that name.
Not.
No, trust.
He's okay.
Kwity Paye is not good.
Kwity Paye had maybe one flash in the pan season, maybe.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
But I saw this coming. I was like, oh god, they're gonna sack the shit
out of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
and they did.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely eat crow. I'm still not wrong. the Colts defense is trash. Their secondary is garbage. They have a passable defensive line. But
looking a little better after today.
They traded for Sauce Gardner. So 2 firsts will do that. Hopefully they don't get Jamal Adams did on that fucking trade.
Yeah, no kidding.
Literally trading with the Jets for a defensive back.
2 firsts for a DB.
We got absolutely fucking roasted on that one. Although, to be fair, injury really made that trade appear worse than it did.
Saying we got absolutely hosed is very revisionist history.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that the injury is a big factor in why that was such a bad trade.
No, I mean,
retroactively.
The Seahawks lost that trade because of the injury, but it was on track that first season because he made an all-pro team to make up for the first picks.
He had
the first round picks.
Right. He was a safety that was playing like an edge rusher, and he was all over the place. He was a nickel. He was lining up.
Well, he could also cover.
Basically, he was a linebacker.
He did everything, which is why we traded 2 firsts for him. But then he tore his calf completely off, and it ruined his career, basically.
Yeah.
And also, he's kind of a head case, so he couldn't really, I mean, he's back with Pete Carroll for a reason.
Yeah.
It's because,
he's
kind of built diff. But, yeah.
Anyway, don't need to relitigate that.
Yeah, but the difference here really was all of the sacks. Jack Campbell is absolutely killing it this season.
I'm gonna have to take an L. I'm gonna take an L on the Jack Campbell hate. Like, Jack Campbell's turned into a good player.
I did not
think he'd make it coming out.
He just is a linebacker, so he has takes a little bit.
Well, no, I just didn't think he was very good in coverage, and he's turned out to be just a good NFL player. And he's a good, he's good in coverage. He's good at his linebacking general duties. I just didn't think he'd be able to do
good enough, and I don't think he's asked to play all that much coverage. Honestly, he's kind of like the middle to middle tackle dude.
He's rushing the passer a lot, which is extremely valuable for fantasy. If you have a middle linebacker. He's a green dot. He's a green dot. So he's quarterbacking the defense and he's rushing the pass. It's the same thing. Same reason that Zach Bond was so valuable last year is that he was used kind of as a Swiss Army knife.
I mean, he's why I love Quay Walker so much. Aside from being a Packer, but same deal, right? He's green dot who rushes the passer. Even Aziz Al-Shaair does that at times. It's a great formula to have.
Jack Campbell really taking a step forward. He's been very solid this season. Ultimately, that was the difference. I moan and complain about the fluky T. Higgins touchdown, which reminds me, I got a clip of that. If you guys missed that, it's insane. I'll play that here.
Yeah, that was a crazy play. Yeah, I mean, there were so many crazy things that happened in that game.
Yeah, play that clip. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So this is just ridiculous that he catches this. Because he's getting held, and it's just come on, man. That's crazy. He's lucky. I will say he's lucky he didn't get called for OPI there, because he pushed off right there. I think he kind of got away with one there a little bit, but still, remarkable play by a really good player.
Yeah. Also,
good on you for taking advantage of Steve's feelings and taking him for pretty reasonable cost. I mean, you traded a second and a third, and Hufanga.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good return there.
Yeah, I think that's a solid value return for a good player who's good.
Steve kind of needs a wide receiver too, so it's kind of funny in retrospect, but. It's still T. Higgins. T. Higgins he's kind of like the Jalen Waddle. He likes to get injured and just the soft tissue injuries.
Well, it's also T. Higgins is also very dependent on the fact that you've got Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco.
Elite Dragon Joe Flacco. Put respect on the Dragon's name.
Joe Flacco is just proving that my take on Joe Burrow is correct. So let's go, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Travis Etienne also should have had 3 touchdowns this game, but just kept getting stuffed at the goal line over and over and over. And then the rushing touchdown they did end up getting, they put Bashal Tutin in and then spread the line out a lot. So Etienne was just running into stacked boxes over and over against Vegas. And they just here, Bashal Tutin. I'm sure Josh was Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you. And also,
God.
like on my end, Drake London getting a hat trick is extremely frustrating. I'm sure, because like he was literally the only player for the Falcons doing fucking.
Doing
that was the
anything.
game where I checked out until the Seahawks game.
Oh, it was
because,
bad. That game, they lost on the kicker extra point at the end of the game.
Oh, that's not when I checked out. I checked out when Booty ripped his butt.
Oh
his
yeah,
hamstring went.
Yeah, no, that's
and I got a
reasonable.
goose egg.
Yeah, that's rip.
Yeah, no. Like,
but anyway,
butt, like Booty ripped his butt.
As I was saying, it really wasn't
booty butt rip.
It really wasn't like the offensive players that really swung this. It was actually Josh's defensive players just getting shitloads of sacks and mine not, because Danielle Hunter is not going to sack Bo Nix. He's too slippery.
I'm actually surprised Jonathan Grenard didn't get Goff.
Anything on Goff?
That's because
it's like
the other guy, Jalen Redmond, got it, and then Blake Cashman, like I said, he also got a sack, but then they took it away and gave it to the other guy. They didn't split the sack; they just awarded it to the other player, who I forget.
Interesting.
Who it was. It was annoying.
That's
it was annoying.
Yeah.
I could have won this many different ways, Josh, but the fantasy gods.
But you didn't, and you take an L, and so sit with your L for a week.
I'm kind of
Even
okay
if you
with
get
it
the half stack
because
back.
my max PF is trash, but I am forced to play my best players every week, and it's clear who my best players are. So my like points for is really good. So even if I get absolutely fucked, I'll probably will be the 6th seed, which means I'm screwing over. Let's see who's in the running. Steve, you're usually more up to snuff on this than I am. I think it's like Casey. Who are the fringe teams right now? It's like Kelsey.
Well, that's the thing.
It was
actually,
John, but then John just miraculously won 5 games in a row.
Yeah, John's been on a crazy streak. But honestly, this week because I have been keeping an eye on it. This week has represented a huge return to parity.
Yeah. Parity.
Nobody is too far out. Most teams are 1 to 2 games behind, maximum, and the teams that are as like, Ben and Matt are pretty much toasted. They're both
pretty
at
much
2
good.
and 7.
Yeah, they're pretty much good.
Like you're 1 or 2 losses away from being completely uncompetitive. Yeah. At this point.
Yeah, they're thinking about next season for sure. At this point.
Yeah, exactly. But the rest of us are like squarely in it.
I feel like Casey,
even Casey at 3 and 6 has a pretty good chance of making a run right here, but he needs to not.
I think I'm pretty out of it, honestly. I don't.
You're 4 and 5 right now.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta look at points for.
The 6th seed. I have not been keeping track of the 6th seed.
The 6th seed is what's so interesting. It's like, Joe, you're a bubble team based on that. Like,
I mean,
your record and just basically your injury luck and like the production you're getting from your players is very inconsistent. But you could easily end up at the end of the season, like week 14, being on the bubble for stealing the 6th seed. If I fall out, I instantly become the favorite for the 6th seed, most likely based on how my season's gone. Like the only player that I've lost that would have affected my chances at scoring more points is Cam Skataboo, and he wasn't part of my team. I traded for him. I still have my core that got me where I am. Cam Skataboo was on my team for 2 weeks before I lost him. So I'm probably going to continue this trajectory.
Joe, if Turd Ferguson catches one of the 3 touchdowns that were stolen from him by good defense, then we are in the exact opposite feeling at this moment.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like I think Joe
we're
is like
both
is going to be
if high PF, but like
if I don't go on an insane losing streak, then I will probably be like 5th or 4th. But if I end up being the 6th seed, all y'all are getting screwed based on how the season's gone so far, right? So it's probably going to be this weird dogfight between like Joe and Kelsey and Casey.
I've got all of my receivers with hamstring injuries. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that is
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Like,
Joe, you gotta remember, it's like everyone else is dealing with injuries too, like really gnarly shit.
Just like it's not like having good players go down. It's that I am running out of wide receivers to play in the wide receiver spots.
Yeah, at all.
Like it's the very specific. I am running out of receivers to play. Like
yeah, that's sort of happening to me, but tight ends.
Yeah,
slowly.
But that's more reasonable because there's not that many tight ends.
Send me a third for my depth wide receivers. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
what depth?
Give you a third for Pittman. Fuck you.
What? Pittman's literally wide receiver 1. What do you mean?
I don't care.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's your depth.
Well,
it's
like
I get you a third for Pickens, maybe.
A third.
Who's also Steve, a top 10 wide receiver 1.
That's the fucking point, man.
You guys are fucking brain dead.
I'm trolling, dude. Come on. I know I'm not getting Pickens.
I don't know. Based on some of the valuations I've seen you.
I got some
Jonathan
shit.
Jonathan Taylor is trash. I'm never gonna let you live that down. Never.
Good. You shouldn't.
You traded a first in 2 seconds. He's worth 2 firsts, but I guess 2 seconds is basically a first. But
it's kind of a first, yeah.
I think you traded.
But the point is to actually give you like commensurate value for any one of your like actual like needle moving players.
If you need a body, if you need a body, like I have bodies.
Well, the waiver wire has bodies, man.
Yeah,
that don't cost picks. Like,
yeah.
Who are you going to get off the waiver wire right now?
Calvin Austin's going to be there in like 10 minutes.
Dude, I don't need to overpay for to mortgage the future on nothing. Like,
fair enough.
Like, it's just not like
that's what Fab's for.
Yeah,
literally, literally.
Or in my case, no Fab.
or zero Fab.
Shout out to Trevor. Yeah. Shout out to Trevor spending $69 on Aaron Rodgers and then dropping him. My man.
One game. Yep.
All right, let's move on here.
Yeah.
Steve, we
gotta get into this.
All right, let's
into this nonsense
You have a couple of soapboxes here that you wanted to get on.
Yeah, the real one that I want to get on is, and this is not related to anything in my mashup in particular, but it's
why are we doing it here then?
It's just cause this is where I'm given a platform more than other places, I guess. Yeah. So and that forward progress right now and the inconsistency in the call on forward progress is like what a pass was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, where it is just unfucking clear and completely up to the whims of the officials what
that's fair.
A forward progress stop is. And it robs defenders of the chance to do anything because neither the offense or the defense accurately knows when a play is actually going to be over. And so, you get shit like what happened last week with the failed tush-push fumble because forward progress gets called. The
Giants got fucking hosed.
They got hosed.
Yeah.
And I see this, I've been watching games, for a while, and I see this happen multiple times a game every single fucking week, where you're like, why is that not forward progress? Why is that forward progress? And it's completely inconsistent into how it's called.
I can't remember who it was. Someone got nailed. Someone got nailed because they didn't call forward progress this week and got injured. I don't remember who it was, but yeah. Go on. I agree with you.
Shit.
I agree with you.
That same kind of shit. Because I want the same kind of clear definition of what a catch is as to what forward progress stopping entails. I want it to be like, all right, you've been stopped for a second. Like the legs churn 4 times before, and no progress is made.
2 pumps?
I want 2 pumps. I don't care.
We didn't even talk about the Rico Dowdle thing.
That's so funny.
2 pumps.
Anyway.
But honestly, Rico's had a forward progress stop that seemed like kind of some bullshit. Like that he could have kept going and the push was still going, but they called it anyway.
That specific play where a pile gets blown dead is 100% a travesty against anything football, anything that matters in football. When that play gets blown dead, it's always an absolute failure of the league, and just how stupid and soft the league is that a pile gets called dead.
If you're going to be able to push the runner while he's running, then push
has
the
always been
runner.
true. It's always been
fucking
true
runner while they're running. And I need forward progress to not be a stop, but an actual reversal. So I need to see the player go backwards in order to call his stop. And I think that's kind of the fair line that I would say for forward progress. But I think it's too fucking nebulous right now. And I think that the league has a problem generally with officiating around it. Because it just doesn't fucking matter.
The human element, like as a referee, you're watching these elite athletes running at 20 miles an hour every play, and
it's so fast.
It's really
not
hard
to fault the referees.
So really, it is their fault, but it's also
their fault, and it's because they're old as fuck, retired like ex-professional lawyers.
Exactly. It's a
bunch of old ass dudes.
It's a multi-pronged issue. They don't have a development system for referees. Because they have secondary jobs. They're not actual full-time employees for the NFL.
This is basically volunteer work.
They need to pay, like people like Gene Steratore should not be getting media jobs because they pay better. They should be paying top dollar to their elite referees that do a really good job because that will improve the quality of the product. I don't know why they cheap out in this one area, which is so important. But then the other thing, hold on, before I forget, the other thing is the way to fix this is with systems that are too new to be able to implement them, and that's with AI. So they have the chips in the balls already, and they've implemented the virtual chain gang thing, which has worked pretty well. I don't
think AI is the fix, though. I think just make more shit reviewable.
If you have, the problem with making more shit reviewable is that it makes the game last longer, and that makes it a worse product. So you have to strike this balance between speed and fairness. So
I think this goes back to the NFL being cheap. It's not about. It's like Steve is right about making things more reviewable. It's just not in arena reviews. You need more people in a room watching games in New York,
in the command center,
doing reviews in real time with people on headsets. Like, it's money. It's just a simple matter of the NFL is cheap. It's like how, like, it's like how, you know, the fact that cheerleading in the NFL is still a thing is a product of dumb, old, sexist, like, selling of the game. But the fact is that they're all employees and they should be paid as such, and that they should be paid as much as it is possible to live next to the arena that they work in. And like the fact that they don't and they never will is just like a product of the NFL's like being cheap and like, you know, sexist. Like that's it.
Sexist.
And it's the same thing with the referees. There's no accountability. It's a black box. They don't want to spend enough money. It's just a way for them to increase their margins. And that's always going to be the problem.
The cool thing, though, is that they have shown over the last 7 years that they're more inclined to adopt new ideas and to use technology to officiate the game better. Like,
I think that comes from the competition committee, though, not the league. That comes from the teams, not the Shield.
The competition committee takes its orders from Goodell.
From Goodell, yes,
the league goes to the competition committee and says, "We want to do this," and then they get bullied and whipped into doing it. Like somebody goes around whipping votes and gets it done. Like that's how that works.
I mean, that's the point, though, is that it's like there are mechanisms within the league to make these kind of changes. And the fact that they are not being made and they're putting out an inferior product every week because it isn't clear. And honestly, I would be okay with them keeping the current rules for forward progress and not even making it reviewable as long as there was some clear boundaries on what it meant. You know, like, it's okay to keep forward progress and keep it not reviewable.
It's the catch rule all over again. They just need to clarify it.
Exactly. And they needs to be clarified, and it needs to be communicated clearly to the watching audience. And I mean, I've been watching football a long time. I know the idea of forward progress. It's when the runner is stopped and cannot gain any more, then the play is dead, right?
That's the spiritual idea, yes.
That's the spiritual idea, yeah. And that's kind of the governing idea of it, but it's still a judgment call. And I need there to, for me,
it's just like
at this
holding.
point-
It's like holding is very subjective. There's holding on every
Exactly.
play. It's whether or not the ref decides to call
whether
it.
or not you
a
call
lot of
it,
the time.
and I want to see some more clear definitions around what actually makes this a stop or not.
I mean, initially that was the
and
issue
holding
with
is
the
a little
catch.
different because it's a penalty, but like this determines when the play ends, and that's the same thing with the catch rule, right? Because it determines if a play continues or ends.
Right.
And that is the key difference there that I think is really what needs to be sorted. Is because like I keep thinking back to the failed tush push fumble.
That was definitely the most egregious thing.
That's the most egregious
recent example, and I can go back to it a lot. But they're every
it's probably
going to
be the reason that there's
like
a change in the
happens.
off season that makes the tush that change. I don't think they'll ban it. I just think they'll change how it's officiated through either instant review or they'll add some verbiage. Like maybe they will address.
This is something else I need.
Issue.
I need line of scrimmage pylon cameras, so that and I want false starts reviewable.
Well, it's the the dumbest thing about the NFL is that they don't change where cameras are because camera like platforms are built into arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
but the pylon
could just put No,
they can't. They're actually wired
the platforms they're on are concrete blocks they have built into arenas for the most part.
Yeah,
like,
it runs.
The fact that they don't have anybody running around with like a Steadicam or like having a tripod that moves with an iPhone down the line is just because the NFL again is cheap.
They
are cheap.
That's such a failure in a game that is so defined by the minutiae and that's what makes football fun for a lot of people, right? It's a game of inches, and like to not be able to facilitate that to the most accurate degree technologically possible is a mistake, in my opinion. And that's the end of my soapbox for this particular.
I'll just end it. I'll just throw on to that. Like the NFL is getting to the point with a lot of its rules and a lot of its inability to change things to where baseball was or is with its sanctimoniousness about the game. And it's this is just going to hurt in the long run. Like you need to address these issues. It is dumb and it is getting dumb. Like the taunting penalties are getting dumb. Like the things that make football fun are being legislated out because of people being sanctimonious about a stupid game with a stupid not ball about hurting people.
It's a silly game with a silly ball with a funny bounce. And
that's not a ball.
It's crazy.
It's not really a ball.
The supposition of the gruesome Jaden Daniels injury where his arm is literally bent the wrong way, or Cam Scadaboo's ankle literally getting ripped off and hanging by the skin, and then penalizing a player for pumping twice or pointing the ball at another player after making a play or standing over them for a fraction of a second too long.
We're reaching pump escalation. It used to be 3 was the penalty. Now 2. When
3 wasn't even an official penalty.
When is one pump a penalty? You know, when is just
we need Michael Keegan to fucking weigh in on this and get paid by the NFL to make a rule.
I need Keegan Michael to train all referees on the 3 pump rule.
Yeah. All right.
Well, let's talk about the actual fantasy football matchup between you nerds.
Yeah, no, these we'll get off. I said, I'll get off my soapbox for a bit.
I think we can boil this down to two real things. One, Brock Bowers is him.
Yes,
Brock Bowers is going to be the best tight end until proven otherwise. He has the chance to be better than Gronk. That's where he is in his career.
I still,
especially on this kind of return, this game was insane.
I still want to see Brock Bowers do this on a real NFL team. That's my only I don't want to pour cold water all over you, Steve, but it's the same thing as last year.
It's the Raiders and the Jaguars.
Only fucking player they have. Yes, they have Ashton Jenkins,
and it's the Jags, and
they just traded away the next best guy.
It's only
Brock Bowers and Tyler Lockett.
And it's Sean Tucker. It's or Trey Tucker.
Trey Tucker.
It's
who
a
they
Tucker.
don't,
Tucker.
Dante Thornton.
Yeah.
Dante Thornton's a healthy scratch every week. Like they don't let their rookies play.
Yeah. Well, no,
like
Dante Thornton
they have
lost his job. He's been benched. He's not a healthy scratch. He's been like benched at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
regardless,
a healthy scratch is the
regardless they have
super benching.
They have Ashton Genty, but they can't run block for shit. So like,
Colton Miller, their only good lineman, is gone for the season.
Yeah.
Like, so they have no O-line whatsoever.
Again, it's the same thing as last year. It's like, Brock Bowers looks
Bowers
really
funnel.
good. Yeah, it's the it's the Bowers game. Like it's a cheat code for fantasy. I still am not so sure like what happens when they actually have like a team around Brock Bowers.
Well, no, we all know what happens. He just these kind of outcomes are not like
his ceiling comes down.
Yeah. The ceiling comes down for him, but I mean, this is more of I guess the take is more of like general like NFL take than fantasy. Like Brock Bowers is clearly the best tight end. Like he moves differently than every other tight end. And like what he's doing puts him on the track to be better than Gronk. And Gronk's the best tight end of all time.
Well, he has a long career to prove it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's just he's on the track, which not very many players can say. Like Justin Jefferson can say he's on track to be the best wide receiver. There's not very many of those guys.
Yeah. There's not. There is absolutely not. I mean, it's all of the best of all time is always a longevity thing, and like longevity and consistency, and it's about being on track more than it is about becoming the guy, because the longer you're on track, the more likely you are to be an all-time great. And that's the haul. And that's what these players care about, is being that kind of great more than anything.
Yeah. And so he won the game for Steve. Let's couch it there.
He won the game.
He straight up won. Yeah.
He straight up won the game for me. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was funny watching Lamar Jackson throw touchdowns to Mark Andrews over and over. Which is like the first time.
I do find that hilarious. That was very funny.
It, but yes, it was
very funny. I enjoyed that very much.
Time I was going, yes, no.
It's like you have Rashad Bateman, you have Zay Flowers, you have Isaiah Likely, you have who's that? Kolar, John Cole, or whoever the fuck the other guy was.
Justin Kolar.
That other guy is.
Steve's just like, throw it to anyone but him. Why do you keep throwing it to him?
Well, I think the biggest problem,
especially because it was the first quarter of the Thursday night game for this week, is just
he just goes off for 2 touchdowns.
It's gonna be one of these weeks, huh? Like,
it was one of those weeks.
I think Todd Monken. I think what this game showed though is Todd Monken needs to. He falls into the category of I don't think he's very good at his job because he does not change his scheme to his personnel. He absolutely refuses to use the players that he's got. Like,
I mean, that's why Bateman has been a nothing burger for 3 years, and dude's good. Dude's a good player. He's just not utilized properly.
Well, they do the same thing that the Packers do. That it's just like they spread the ball around. It's the same thing that the Bills do. They spread the ball around. They got to get everyone involved.
Yeah, but the Ravens have legit number 1s and first round picks and all of that, and they're still not utilized correctly.
Zay Flowers is really good. They don't treat him like a 1. Maybe he's not a 1.
Well, no, maybe I don't know. No, wait, I think he is a 1. But the deal is the Packers know the role that people need to be in and do the thing for that role. The question is that role going to be present in the game script at that particular moment?
Right, but that sucks for fantasy.
Christian Watson blew it sucks for fantasy for sure. Christian Watson blew up for, because the Packers were down all fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why Josh Jacobs had a median game for Josh Jacobs.
Well, I mean, the other thing about the Packers is they actually do have a 1. It's Tucker Kraft.
Right.
Who's now
their 1 isn't like that's the difference between the Packers and the Bills is the Bills don't have their 1 is James
not
Cook.
Dalton Kincaid.
The
Packers.
They
don't have a 1.
Their 1 is James Cook. the Packers' one is Tucker Kraft. Like,
Yeah.
Everything hinges on that player being there, doing that job.
Yep.
Like, that's the difference.
Yeah, brutal week for injuries. Steve got two of them 3 major ones. It was, by my money, Drake Thomas killing Jaden Daniels, Tucker Kraft tearing his ACL, and then CJ Stroud's concussion. I don't know how bad it was, but it looked bad. It looked ironically similar to the
Trevor Lawrence concussion
hit
from Alshire
same mechanism.
The exact same situation. Like,
the only difference is that his head bounced off the ground rather than being hit in the face with an elbow.
Yeah.
Well,
Trevor Lawrence got straight elbowed in the face, like for that.
Well, both of them had the head bounce then, because Trevor Lawrence
they both had nasty concussions. Like Trevor Lawrence,
Trevor Lawrence had like a like he had a little ping pong between Alshire and the ground, and it was a nasty fucking hit, like without a doubt.
See, Stroud's was bad too. Like he was fucked up.
Yeah, that dude. It's good they didn't put him back in the game.
Yeah, well, it was very clearly he had a concussion. The way that he
was pretty. He was near fence.
He was. He was like, "Where am I?"
He was very clearly fucked up.
So we don't know how long CJ Stroud will be out. Hopefully, it's not too long. But
I hope he recovers quickly. As for every player with any kind of neurological injury, like you never want to see that.
But those are the big 3 for me this week. Is that? But unfortunately, Steve got 2 of them. Like,
I got 2 of them.
That's really shitty.
Yeah.
And the real one for me, like, I can survive Jaden Daniels going down. Obviously,
the Tucker
I still
Kraft
have Lamar.
One really fucks you because
that's
so bad.
Super brutal.
Your strategy was
so bad.
Your strategy was
the exotic maneuver is done.
Yeah, it's like
the exotic maneuver is gone for the rest of the season, basically.
Yep.
Like,
and who knows when it comes back next year? Because like we don't know how bad the grid, like,
this is a 2-year recovery. You know. Like generally, So
fuck injuries, man.
It sucks.
Fuck injuries for sure. Like, it sucks.
The only thing I really want to point out on my team that's actually any fun was Kyle Monungai going off in the silly game.
Yeah,
this was a very fun like bit of just like, hey, look at this 7th rounder looking like not a 7th rounder. Like I know it was like
it's his time in the sun, man.
Like I know it's like I know it's the Bengals and like you can't take anything away from a Bengals game.
Thank you.
But
I've seen so many deranged people on the internet saying like Kyle Monungai can be a workhorse. He very clearly showed he's a complete back. I'm like, it's the Bengals.
It's the Bengals.
In a historically shitty defensive game. There was no they might as well just had run out 7 guys. They should have just called they could have called down fans from the stands to defend that game. You would have got the same production.
It was so bad. Yeah. Kyle Monungai, like he secured himself a role. He's very clearly the backup
to Swift,
to Swift. And like at the end of the day, like Kyle Monungai, like his comp, like his kind of like draft comp coming in was, at least for me, David Montgomery. And what is David Montgomery? He's off-brand, like high ceiling Genty. Like that's what Kyle Monungai is. If like he hits
explosive, fast, straight line speed, breaks tackles, like
not like some shifty,
like,
Alvin
Kamara.
Shifty.
He's not James Cook. He's not Gibbs. He's not Bijan.
He's not.
Don't call him a power back. But he's pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't go down on the first tackle. That is kind of the hallmark of his game. Is like he can break tackles, which is why he's off-brand Genty, which is why like he is upside like comp was David Montgomery. Like,
I mean, you found a RB3 flex in the 4th round. Hell yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. Good shit.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
All right, let's move on.
That's the only real thing for me.
Trevor?
Yeah, well,
or unless you had something else you wanted to say.
We gotta do one more little honorable mention, which is any time a punt returns for a touchdown on my team, I gotta get the highlight on there.
Oh, okay, the Chimray DK punt return.
Yeah, we gotta get Chimera his love.
All right, let me find it here. Here it is.
I guess I should talk about the Quinn Williams trade just because like
that actually while Scott's getting it together, getting him on the Cowboys matters.
Yeah, that I mean, with a lot of defense over the last 2 years, I don't think there's been a lot of hope from the Jets. and you can see that in the way their defense plays. Like this gives Quinn Williams, who's like one of the best D tackles, 3 techs in the league, like a little bit of hope. So like maybe he can be like not like stuck in the purgatory of the Jets.
Yeah,
and like I'm not saying that like the Cowboys are going to have some world-beating defense, but like
yeah,
well, they're not going to have some world-beating defense, but like with the like the Cowboys still have their pick like this year, like they still have a pick in the first round. They're not like totally screwed. They got
they
Logan
still have
Wilson.
A pick. They got 2 at least.
Well, no, they gave up 1 for him.
They gave up their 2027 first for Quinnen.
Yeah.
Was it their?
Oh, so no, they still have 2.
First?
Yeah, no, they still have 2.
Because they got the Packers first too.
Yeah, so they've got theirs and the Packers,
and they've got the Packers.
So they basically
traded.
They basically traded Michael Parsons for a first, Kenny Clark, and Quinnen Williams.
Yeah,
and gave a first.
Good trade.
Pretty good trade, actually. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad trade.
Not bad.
I think I would have rather just paid Micah 2 years ago.
Probably.
But that's not
that would have been the most economical thing to do. But
I mean, what do we know? We're not multi-billionaire Jerry Jones cowboy owning.
We're not talking about natural gas glory holes. Like
Jesus Christ. Where's the moon? All right, on that, let's talk about Trevor and Danny.
Yeah, we gotta get to Trevor and Danny.
That was a very good pull though for Jerry Jones. Thank God for Jerry.
Oh yeah, amazing.
All right, Trevor. Right, well, Danny, your black magic worked again. Congratulations.
Yeah, somehow. Kamara, what the fuck happened to Kamara? I did not watch this game.
Kamara is, how do you say, 30 years old and this is the year he fell off.
Yeah, okay, as expected.
He's also playing on a team that has just basically given up. I mean, they just traded away their tackle and their promising
the best wide receiver
that they have.
Yeah.
They're done. The Saints are cooked. And I don't know why Alvin Kamara is remaining so loyal. Like, okay, I understand, where I'm sure where he lives
he's a good dude.
Is fucking I'm sure he's got like a sick pad with all the money he's got. I'm sure he's super happy, being a Saint and, being in the community that he's in. I'm sure he's super comfortable and doesn't want to leave for those reasons. He clearly doesn't have any aspirations for winning a Super Bowl in his career. So fuck it.
I think he knows that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have to go ring chase and
at this point though, it's like, when does it become a thing of
like him? This is who he is. I guess he's a Saint till he dies,
which is sick. Like I love players like that.
Cool for him.
Players that are lifers for that one team. Barry Sanders.
I'm happy for the fans of the Saints.
Well, it's also he probably doesn't want to get traded because he knows he's going to go to some shit situation. There's no contender who's going to go out of their way for Kamara. The Chiefs were out there trying to get Breece Hall, not Alvin Kamara.
For good fucking reason,
Yeah.
Well, truthfully, we don't know. We don't know what happens, behind closed doors. There very well could have been offers for him, but Kamara was just like, nah.
No, he was just like, I will. No, he said, I'll just. He basically was like, no, I'll just.
But that matters. Matters if the agent of the player knows this, and the front office is calling about
don't
Kamara,
even fucking worry
and
about
they know
it.
that he said that he'll just retire if he gets traded. They're not going to trade for him. So if he had not said that, I think it's very reasonable to expect that the Chiefs or the Patriots or some team that's contending,
some running back trade.
Well, it's also that
he go for him. Yeah.
He might want. I haven't looked at his contract, but if he's trying to secure guarantees,
he just re-upped his contract last year.
Yeah, no, but if he's trying to make sure he's getting guarantees and he doesn't get cut and lose all the money, yeah, this is a good play because he goes to another team, he doesn't perform well, and now he's a huge cap liability, and he's not going to make the money.
I think he's making I think he did a 2-year $30 million, so it's 15 a year or something. This year or last year. It was
then no shit he doesn't want to get traded.
This is why
that makes a lot of sense.
This is why the Kendre Miller thing was oh, well, rip Kendre. Because they just re-signed Kamara again, even though the Saints cap situation.
Yeah,
famously.
Like, why are you signing a running back on the wrong side of 30 who is a legend? But let's be honest.
No, I mean that's
your team is.
That's treating what that is that's treating the franchise legend with some grace on his way out.
Well, that's also maintaining culture. Like, it's very easy to destroy and lose culture through losing, and one way to prevent that is to keep guys in the locker room who will maintain the culture.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Kamara is, I mean, I can't think of any other player on the Saints who has national appeal. Paulson Adebo, maybe.
No, it's just Kamara.
That's fucking. Only fantasy degenerates know about any other players on the Saints.
They're just terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
The Saints are ass.
They're ass. No, and that's definitely a product of it.
In fact, in some ways, it went the other. Like, everyone hates Taysom Hill except Casey.
Except Casey.
I mean, yeah. He kind of sucks, though.
I mean, he used to be kind of a cheat code. He's a tight end that would play quarterback, but
he is. Yeah, only in that. I mean, okay, this is. I didn't mean to get on this soapbox today.
Tim Tebowing.
I'm kind of fucking done with the dual designation shit.
It's sleeper, man.
What do you mean, the linebacker defensive line?
That one doesn't bug me as much. That one doesn't bug me as much because it's everywhere. It's the the weird ones. Your Travis Hunters kind of bugs me.
Well, the thing about Travis Hunter is that there hasn't really been a player like Travis Hunter in 60 years.
No, there hasn't.
What, is this the Jeremy Chin thing?
To an extent, too, but I don't know. I'm less annoyed by it when it's defense and defense. But it's the offensive dual designation. I'm kind of meh on.
Well, there's one.
I mean, Sione Vaki is the other, but he's
there's
not
relevant.
2 of them.
He's a running back.
A couple of them. So, yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I mean, there's just usually that
specifically
Viaki's just a special teams player. That's kind of
exactly it's because the ones that are actually fantasy relevant, the two we'll call them out: Travis Hunter and Taysom Hill. Right? They're such fringy edge cases. And Travis Hunter less so. He plays both positions. He does.
I don't know, Steve. I think you're nitpicking. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I don't know.
It was that one year. It was that 1 year Trevor got fucked because Jordan picked up Taysom Hill and then played a quarterback in his quarterback spot and smashed Trevor and made him really mad.
Well, but
that's fantasy football. You're just playing the game.
It is fantasy football, and that's
it's the platform's fault. Sleeper needs to be on that shit. ESPN needs to be on that shit. Yahoo needs to be on that shit.
I think realistically, in the long run too, I don't think
it's dumb that edge rushers are labeled as linebacker and D tackle. That doesn't.
And that's an artifact of
no, it's just sleeper. No, it's just sleeper. It's sleeper being dumb. They could easily they have the delineate. They could have a DT required. They could have a D tackle. You could edge rusher whatever. They could do that, but they don't.
No, I know.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
I will say this though, it's unfortunate that Trevor's stack of Stafford and Puka is not doing better for him in this matchup, but this is the right move.
Especially considering that Matt Stafford's elite. I have a funny story about Puka Nacua though, actually. So I was hanging out with Trevor watching the games this weekend, and his dad, because we were all sitting there waiting for the Seahawks game to start, so his dad was watching the afternoon slate, and so Trevor's dad is an old school ball knower, right? So because he used to coach football and shit, and he was complaining about Puka because he was you can't. Sean McVay's a dumbass for using this guy this much. You're gonna break him. You're gonna get Puka Nacua injured. Trevor's stop, Dad, shut up. Stop saying that shit. He's what? He's gonna get hurt. See, there he is again. He's just rolling in the end zone. The guy landing on top of him. That's another catch. You got to be subbing that guy out, Trevor. And he's shut up. You're gonna get him hurt. And what happened?
Well, oh man, Trevor's dad. Causing the friendly fire.
Trevor's dad broke Puka Nacua's ribs Literally.
That's hilarious.
He literally willed it into it. He was sitting there, he wouldn't stop complaining about Puka's usage. He's like, he's got to break him. He's going to break him. And he broke him. And then he broke him. And then Trevor's like, God fucking damn it. He's like, shut up. He's like, this is on you if I lose. And he was like, well, I told you, Trevor, he's using him too much. Like, I don't know. That shit was hilarious.
That's so funny.
That's amazing.
So now Puka's broken again. His ribs are broken.
I mean, this is always the thing with Puka, though, is that it's not the injury history coming into the league. It's that Puka actually does not care about his physical well-being the way he plays. Mm-hmm. He just does not care, which gives him the superpower to stay in the league and be elite and like is what he is. But it's also the thing that has like kept him out for multiple weeks every year.
Yeah,
except his rookie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like
just like a thing for Puka.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Cam Scadaboo thing. He's a total meathead. Like, bro didn't even realize what division of football he was in, or that, you know, the 49ers and the Seahawks are his direct divisional rival. He literally does not understand football. He just plays it really well. Yeah. He's a meathead. Love this guy.
Yeah.
I just can't with these players.
It's like wild. It's wild to think that like you play this game at the highest level possible, but like you have no idea what the fuck is actually happening in the league. It's like George Pickens not knowing the overtime rules. It's like, oh, I thought we were just playing. Why would he need to know that?
I run fast, I catch ball, I score.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that's the only thing that matters, man. Is I run fast, I catch ball, I score.
I love meathead players, man. Yeah. They're so funny. I love it.
Yeah. I can't. I just can't.
Let's give some love though to just Danny's situation, because it's going to change because of the Shaheed. But watching Torrey Horton go off, at least he's got that.
Yeah, that's fun.
This sucks for Danny, though, because he desperately needs a wide receiver. It's like a major issue with his team. He's definitely going to be trying to address in the draft next season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you screwed him on that, so, you know, he can try again. But he's got, like, the first overall pick, right?
Horton doesn't... He's not the stretcher, though, right? Like, I mean, he's been used as that, but
he's an X. Like, he's an X.
Who?
We've been using Torrey Horton as an X, like pretty much exclusively.
He's been used as an X, but does that actually fit his skill set?
No, he's not an X. He doesn't line up on the line. He's a Z. Just because he goes downfield doesn't mean he lines up on the line.
Okay, yeah, see, that's important, because Shaheed will line up on the line and be a true X for you guys. And then that fills a hole, and that keeps Horton's production slot open.
The big issue is that their skills overlap in a way that's really ugly for fantasy.
Well, but that doesn't.
And the Seahawks run 12 personnel a lot, so it's just like
the 12 personnel thing is.
That's the thing that's going to limit Torrey Horton. Is
sometimes 13. Personnel. Like we'll get Barner, Arroyo, and I guess Oots is technically a actual fullback, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, he got drafted as a tight end.
Yeah,
like that's his designation.
Oh, he's a tight end, but
no, they converted him to a fullback.
Yeah, he's a fullback.
He's on our roster as a fullback.
The modern
fullback, it's the same shit.
Is a tight end.
Yeah, it's the same.
And the modern tight end can work as a fullback.
Yeah,
but the whole point is that Torrey Horton, his role in the offense is the same as Shaheed, whether or not he lines up on the line or off the line as a Z. Like Jackson Smith and Jigba does lines up as an X, he lines up as a Z, underneath. He lines up in the slot.
Yeah, he's all over.
Yeah, but he makes his bread and butter on the underneath. Like who? JSN.
He makes his every player, like George Pickens, Jamar Chase, like Justin Jefferson, all the best have significant portions of their play from the Y. It's not just sitting outside. The problem is that the one thing that Torrey Horton did was play out wide, regardless of position, and he's going to lose that to Shaheed because of 12 personnel.
He also wasn't up until he got the post bye rookie bump, but a lot of that had to do with Kupp's injury, which is another factor. Is Kupp isn't dead? We still are paying him a lot of money. They're going to use him, which hurts Torrey Horton more. It's
the Cooper Kupp thing is I don't worry about that except for that Danny rosters him. The problem,
that's brutal.
Yeah, that's the only thing, because Cooper Kupp, his contract is guaranteed for 1.5 years, and so like that initial money is kind of like fugazi. So
it's already paid.
I really wouldn't worry about that for Torrey Horton.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say that's a positive for Torrey Horton. It's just that like
the rookie contract helps
Danny kind of rosters him, and so that really sucks.
Yeah, you can really only hope that either he gets signed somewhere else,
or that the Hawks keep him around for veteran leadership and like has a role for him as the third guy.
Yeah, like same thing kind of Keenan Allen's doing with the Chargers, is reduce his snap count, but he's still like a rah-rah guy. He knows his place in the team isn't to be the focal point. But I don't know. We'll see how Mike McDonald manages this going forward. But it's definitely concerning for Torrey Horton's stock, because this was a very legitimate area of need for Danny. So I'm sure that is disappointing.
And it's rough, especially coming off of this great performance too.
Yeah, because Torrey Horton looked good. Like,
he looked fantastic. I mean, the 2 touchdowns on 4 receptions for 50
Seahawks
yards.
as a whole looked like
amazing.
Insane. It was.
That's because
I mean, the
Commanders are bad.
Yeah, it was one of those games where it's like it. Basically, Seahawks fans enjoyed that game. Everyone else is like,
yeah.
Oh, and JSN owners in fantasy. That's about it. There's the only people who enjoyed that game.
And Jaden Daniels owners are saying
extremely sad.
First time.
Yeah. I will say though, Steve, I don't know if you saw the comments. It wasn't in the post game, but it was an interview day after where he took full responsibility for the decision to play Jaden Daniels that late in the game. And
Dan Quinn.
Yeah, he's not trying to coach speak his way out of this. He's taking full ownership of it. Like,
that means that's still nothing. It doesn't matter that you fuck up. You have to make restitution without words, my man, when you fuck up that bad. Like, I mean, it's one thing to take accountability.
I would say that that's good coaching.
It is good coaching.
It is good coaching.
Have you heard the shit?
That's like Dave Canales not just giving Rico Dowdle the number 1 job off an injury. Like, that's just good locker room management. That's good coaching. Mm-hmm. That's good. Like,
go listen to
taking responsibility.
Go listen to.
That's
Raheem
like Liam Cohen
Morris
saying like I was bad at play calling, even though like the Jags suck and whatever.
Yeah, go listen. Listen. If that happened to Raheem Morris, he would be saying like, "Oh, about the analytics and say that you know, and he just coming off his injury. It's not my fault." No. Fuck that. I think
Dan Quinn. That's just a good coaching thing to do. Like
that's
a professional coach.
That's how you keep the locker room behind him. You need Dan Quinn to like keep those guys engaged.
But I kind of don't give a fuck about Dan Quinn.
Well, you kind of should, because that's his boy. Like, if they bring in a new coach and they're like, "That's not my quarterback," we need to get rid of him.
Yeah, but he's Jaden fucking Daniels.
So?
Like, and so was RG3. Like,
yeah, but RG3 didn't die because of a coaching change. He died because of a horrific, career-ending injury.
It's still a big injury, and it's still like if you lose the coach, like players don't survive.
Like, no, that's fair.
New coach comes in and is like, injury. I need my guy, and then they get
especially with Josh Harris, who like is 100% willing to move on from a star. Like, the best example of this right now is the 76ers will not have Joel Embiid because of a foot injury back to full strength ever because of this long series of injuries. But if you look at the Sixers now, they've got Tyrese Maxey, who's like an all-star, going to make an all-NBA team probably. Like, they just drafted a kid in VJ Edgecombe who looks like an absolute like superstar, ready to just like be an all-NBA player in 3 years. And like, you can just move on from the star. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's always another guy coming up.
Yeah, that's true.
Future Jets.
That's true.
Jaden Daniels.
Don't put that evil on anybody, Ricky Bobby.
Arch Manning. We all know the answer is Arch Manning. Let's be honest. So, Danny, this week, or I guess it was last week, there was snow on the ground in Vermont. That means Derrick Henry is starting to cook, and we saw that a little bit. It was kind of sketchy to begin, but he finished the game strong. He just needed a touchdown. Really,
it's fucking Miami though. Like, you can't judge anybody. I mean, great purveyor of a get right game, but
point is,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is about to go off. Is my prediction.
there's snow on the ground in Vermont, and that's been
And Lamar is
a
back.
classically strong indicator. Yeah, and
Correct.
Lamar's back. So the
Like
boxes
that
aren't
team
gonna
has
be
hope
as
now.
stacked.
They're not trotting out whoever the fuck they were trotting out. I forget who it was.
Snoop Huntley or
Yeah.
or Cooper Rush, depending
Yeah.
on which bad you decided on that week.
Yeah. So Lamar's back. And the RPO between Derrick Henry and Lamar, until further notice, is still a good play.
Yep. Spagnuolo had a chat with Josh Allen after the game and basically said, like, I'm really tired of dealing with you. That's respect.
Yeah.
That's respect. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can imagine
Spags
it being
is such a good
very
coach.
annoying trying to game plan around Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Dude's nuts.
Especially since you don't have an elite defense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see the stat? Speaking of the Bills Chiefs game, did that Josh Allen is 4-0 or now 5-0 against the Chiefs in the regular season?
Yeah,
But
and no one
it's
cares.
1-4 in the playoffs.
Which is why no one cares.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they's only
Well,
one
Bills
one
fans
game.
care, but
Yeah, Bills
no one-
fans care a lot, but
Yes.
like
Yeah. Well, the reason that I
you got to
didn't
win in the
watch
playoffs. That's what matters.
the reason I didn't watch the afternoon slate was because the Chiefs, and this is the first time this has not happened, is the Chiefs has limited James Cook, or like any Bills rusher to less than 100 yards, and this is the first time they haven't done that, and it's like, cool, that don't matter, like whatever.
this was also a weird game because Patrick Mahomes legitimately had his career worst performance this week.
Well,
There was
Like,
some of that
they
going
found
around in
something, I guess.
quarterbacks this week.
yeah, that's actually odd because the Bills defense is kind of like high key
Mid.
trash.
Yeah, but
Mid
at the
is
same
generous.
time,
Yeah.
this is effectively a divisional matchup at this point. Like the rivalry between the Chiefs and the Bills is stuff of
Very
legends,
real.
and
Yeah.
will be
It's
stuff of
intense.
legends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this is a golden age of just like elite quarterbacks, and like the Josh Allen, like Mahomes saga is going to be like one of those things that like
It's
people talk about.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
mean-
Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, like
Yeah,
our version, like our generation, if you want to call it that, is Josh Allen, Lamar, Patrick.
yeah. We're still waiting to figure out who's the next set of guys.
Tua
Because, like-
Tagovailoa. No, just kidding.
You really should have just leaned
reminds
into
me.
it with the turn the ball over. Tua
yeah.
turned the ball over. Like
Tua turned the ball
next
over
man up.
is really good.
I forgot to bring this up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is really funny. So JJ McCarthy had the exact same line in week 9 as he had in week 1. So he had 143 pass yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and a rushing score.
What was his
It's just fucking weird, man.
He also fumbled, so
He didn't do that, but his statistics were exactly the same, which is just ridiculous.
they one more completion, 5 more attempts.
Right, but the yardage, like 143 yards,
No, I
2
know,
passing
yeah.
touchdowns, an interception, and a rushing score.
143-2-1.
That's
yeah,
so weird.
and
That is
I mean,
so
this is
fucking weird.
this is kind of the thing though that like will haunt JJ McCarthy for maybe his entire career until he shows that he's like more than this. Is that even coming out of like Michigan, he's not asked to do a lot, and like
Right.
until he 25 attempts is not enough, 18 attempts is not enough, and 18 was like what he did in college, per game. Like he just has to show that he can be the reason you win.
Mhm.
And like he just hasn't yet, like except for like the one quarter, maybe you could
played-
say that like that
He's
was
played
it.
3 games.
Yeah.
He played a good game
3
against
games.
Detroit. I think that was a good game. He had a good game, finally.
I don't know. It was fine. I don't think that's the reason why they won. I think the reason why they won is that like
Definitely not the reason they lost.
yeah, but the reason they won was the defensive line actually like didn't look cooked. Like
yeah. Well, the offensive line had a
stopped the run, which is good for them for finally figuring out how to do that halfway through the season.
And frankly, getting both of their key offensive linemen back this week matters a lot for Minnesota.
Yeah, having Darrisaw back matters.
Yeah, well, maybe this time.
I'm stoked. It's going to be exciting when I go see them.
Yeah, well, maybe, just maybe, they can stop using Jordan Mason, and I can get a RB2 out of Aaron Jones.
Yeah, rip that situation.
I don't know. Aaron Jones might be cooked. Same reason that Kamara's cooked. We'll see.
He looked good in his attempts, but he did the Aaron Jones thing, and they pulled him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Ben and Matt, and then get out of here.
Yeah. We gotta finish this up.
Yep. This has gone far too long.
Oh, Ben, this has been a rough one for you. You just got walloped.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the highlight of Jordan Love earlier.
Jordan Love highlight. I do think that this is probably one of the worst games of his career, which happened on his 27th birthday.
Happy birthday, Jordan Love.
Happy birthday, Jordan Love. You shat the bed.
Also this, I mean, I mentioned it way earlier, but this is
this is bad.
This is unbelievable. In a game with 100 points.
This is the kind of maddening shit that caused me to drop or trade T. Higgins.
Oh yeah. No, we know.
This is exactly the shit that sent me so far.
You see Jamar Chase 230 yards and 4 touchdowns and on 30 targets, and it's T. Higgins.
And you're like
three targets, no catches. And you're sick.
But this
and a hamstring. Three targets, no catches, and a hamstring injury.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Me. But this is arguably worse because Rome should be the number 1. You should not be seeing DJ Moore blowing up like this. And I mean, Colson Loveland is Colson Loveland. He's great. We'll show the highlights in a second. But
we'll just roll it right now while you guys are talking.
I don't know why. I do know why that Rome got 3 targets is because unlike most this is always the thing about Rome. This is about you want receivers to think they're God is because being unselfish and run blocking and being on Monra only works if you're
Amon-Ra.
Well, not Amon-Ra, but are the number 1, and the Bears are still trying to figure out who is actually the number 1. That is still a thing that has not happened.
And it could be this guy. It could wind up being Colson Loveland still.
I kind of don't believe that whatsoever, but it's possible.
It would be very Bears.
I don't think that Colson Loveland will end up being the number 1. I do think he will become a viable starter. But really they
have too many mouths to feed.
I'm just saying it would be extremely the Bears to just absolutely forget about a first round wide receiver in favor of the shiny new tight end toy that
I legitimately need to go back and watch the All 22 and watch Rome's every single snap and see what the fuck happened here, because this is just...
I think you would just ask for run block, man. I think
Ben Johnson was I don't even know what the fuck happened. I wasn't watching.
I was watching the whole thing, and I think it's Ben Johnson was I'm playing the Bengals. I don't need to show them anything. I don't need to do anything that's gonna screw me on tape later. I'm going to do all the weird shit. I'm going to have Cole Kmet throw a pass. I'm going to have DJ Moore throw a pass. I'm going to have do a weird Philly special.
Actually, that's a really that's a
Ben Johnson is a fucking weirdo. Have you ever watched him? He absolutely he just if there's an edge
the kind of dude who would
this is what he's going to do
to show anything on tape in order to just be oh, whatever, it's the Bengals, this is a preseason game, let's just fuck around.
I'm just going to do weird shit because I can in this game, because there's
no one needs to play any
reason.
fucking defense. It's the Bengals, and that's why you have a 99-point game with Philly specials and shit like that. No, that makes sense to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me really, really nervous as a Rome owner. If I'm Ben, I'm well, that's not good. If I can just pencil in a couple donuts a year on just Ben Johnson being weird, or is this a one-time thing? I'm really hoping it's just a one-time thing because
I think it's a one-time thing.
Rome Odunze is
I'm not worried about a trend.
Talented.
Don't worry, you only see teams as bad
receiver.
as the Bengals. Like, you know, yeah.
Dude, I mean, unless the league starts paying the Bengals to be like subsidizing them to keep this shitty defense, like it's just not gonna like that. This is not a normal situation.
I wouldn't be too surprised with the fucking Bengals ownership. Oh, you're gonna pay us for be shitty? Okay,
you'll pay us to do anything. We'll take it.
What was that? Trade Logan Wilson? Okay.
You mean free money for us? Yes. Yeah. We'll take it.
That being said, though, like that play you just showed, like that was like. Both Caleb stepping up in the pocket and delivering that strike, and Colson Loveland just like not going bouncing down dudes off a hit, like incredibly clutch for the situation. Just incredibly clutch.
It's also the Bengals who don't have a defense. That game was just like it was literally a malpractice in defense on both sides of the ball. It was
this is the thing
so bad. It was so bad that Chase Brown literally ripped his own defense a new one. And Zach Taylor was pissed about that, which I thought was bullshit. But yeah,
that's the thing, though. Is like if in the situation where you are playing a team that is that bad, you do need to be that good. Because if you're not, that's bad. Like if the Bears didn't do this, that would be bad.
This was also in front of their own fans. Like if
they lost and they didn't like put up the points they did, regardless of the defense, all of it would be bad. If they only scored, like, if it was like 13-16, like the Packers game, and there was all that bad defense, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine
it'd be really embarrassing to put up that kind of performance in front of your home fans. I agree.
I feel
you would agree because you're right. Because you know you're right. Which is why I use that.
I feel so conflicted about this game. It's like it's just so gross, especially since I don't know.
It's just one of those things. It's like if you in the situation, this is what needs to happen. The thing happened. Like it's bad football, but like it is a thing that's like,
hey, bad defense, great offense. Yeah. It was a great offense on both sides. It was just like literally no defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway. we gotta talk about Matt, and we've already kind of transitioned a little bit with the Colson Loveland game winner there. But there was another tight end that deserved a highlight. And that is my boy from Iowa, Sam Laporta.
I thought this was more impressive.
Fourth down, Goff to throws. It's
this is a fucking monster.
Inside the 10.
There you go. Give him a little run around there. And take it on in, boy.
See, could you imagine that being blown dead because there was a pile and you're not allowed to push anybody? Like, if the NFL bans pushing players, like, are you kidding me?
Well, and that's the thing, is like, there is a point in that play where a forward progress could have been called.
Yeah, like, exactly. But could you imagine them doing that? That would be a travesty.
Right. But I feel like I see that, to some extent once a game on a play that maybe is less impactful than that one. But like, the meat pile is an important part of football, and I want football to recognize
the rugby roots of football,
exactly the rugby roots of football. And look at that fucking mustache. This man's cooking.
Well, let's end on probably one of the coolest stories of the week. That's also got like a lot of tragedy in it, which is Diane Henley.
Yeah,
Diane Henley's brother was murdered like the night before, like this game, and
it's because this man unfortunately his brother was in a gang, I guess.
So his dad is
allegedly a rapper. His dad is a rapper
who is allegedly part of a gang in some way.
Basically, there's some Crip shit going on, and his brother got fucking shot to death.
Yeah,
right. And before this game, balled out. And then this man went and balled out.
Yes, he did.
So. I don't know if you knew that, Matt, but this man's a real one. Diane Henley's a beast. Okay. Mad respect. I couldn't imagine after my brother, who I grew up with, just gets fucking shot for some dumb shit. You got to know it's some dumb shit, too.
and then
Yeah.
going to work the next day,
and then going
like,
and performing
damn.
like this.
Yeah.
No,
This is a really
that's a
cool
moment.
story. Very sad.
Yes.
Very sad. Very sad.
Like
Feel
this
for
is the
their
stuff
family.
that this
You
is
know?
the stuff that like this is some movie shit. Like honestly,
It really is.
Yeah.
but that kind of wraps that up. Honestly, anybody got any more?
Nope. That's
I
it.
think that's it. That'll do it.
All right.
We got to talk about the Chop League real fucking quick, but
Yeah, the speed round.
there we go.
This is so
That's
bad.
At least,
It's so bad.
it sucks. Yeah,
So it's
sleeper do better.
yeah, seriously, man. You're killing me.
But John, you had such a good day in Dynasty, barely sneaking by Casey, but you've been chopped.
You got chopped, John. You
Yeah.
suck.
What done it? Tucker Craft. I feel for you, man.
Yeah, it was definitely Tucker Craft, and then just Justin Jefferson's been pretty mid. This
Justin
season.
That's because JJ McCarthy not throwing ball good.
JJ
The
McCarthy has played
combination
3 games.
of
Not
Tucker
throw ball
Kraft
good enough.
It's
and Justin Jefferson.
Carson
Tucker
wins,
Craft
man.
didn't get me chopped, but Justin Jefferson got me chopped. So yeah.
It's bad.
Jay Jets is the Reaper right now.
He is. Who's gonna get him now? It's not gonna be me. I don't have any fucking money. I feel like Casey's just gonna have $1,000, or no, he actually spent some money. He's gonna have $542 at the end of the season, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. But
All
yeah,
right,
good
guys.
luck to our 3 remaining teams. Right, we're getting down to like we've got 2 more weeks basically of Chopped League.
I'm gonna miss it.
Right.
I'm really gonna miss it. I've loved Chop League.
Not having a full like slate of like for the chopped is kind of like a real bummer for that format. Just saying.
But
Yeah, we need
the
17
person
people.
who's first eliminated. Yeah, you're right. We need 17 people to get eliminated.
But
One
I like that
eliminated
we
every
draft it at our draft. It gives us more
yeah,
shit to do.
no,
at
I
the
know.
draft, which
And
is
it's
fun.
like, it's also fun for the beginning of the season when there's like,
Not a lot.
I don't know, there's a lot more volatility going on in the
Yeah, when
dynasty
no one
side of
actually knows
things.
anything what's gonna like.
Exactly,
yeah.
Yeah.
and so it's like it's a fun little distraction. I think.
I like what
No,
Bill
it's just fun.
Belichick says. He's
Yeah.
like, football starts after Thanksgiving. I totally understand why he feels that way.
Yeah.
Because it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it certainly helps if you have a winning organization to feel that way. Mr.
yeah,
Belichick.
Jets fans are like, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, exactly. The Bengals are like, huh?
We're watching college film, seeing who our next
Yeah,
bust
no, like-
quarterback's going to be.
We're doing draft prep, bro.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Like,
Bill Belichick would like to get back to those days, but he ain't never going to get another job.
No, he needs
so
to break up
whatever.
with that fucking succubus girlfriend of his.
never gonna get it.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week, as always.
Yeah, sounds good.
Defense
Defense
wins.
wins
Championship.
championships, and Steve sucks.
Steve sucks.
Fuck you all.
Peace.
All
All
right,
right. Have a good night.
take it easy. Later.
Bye.